thank you, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for committing to the show. And I want to welcome everybody that is watching this video to the part two of the episode of relationships and dating in modern times. Now we're going to do the girls, and I'm excited to hear their opinions, their answers about the same questions I asked the guys, just to see the difference between how the male thinks and how the female thinks. Don't hold back. I want the truth, nothing but the truth. So help you God. Okay? My name is Jeffrey Velasquez. I'll be your host. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves. We're going to pretty much, I want you to say your name, your age, your profession, and your relationship status and education. I'll remember. I know it's like 5 things, but let's start with the name, age, and profession, and then we'll go to relationships and education. I guess
Me first?
you can start. Yeah, sure.
Well, my name is Jackie Mendez. Well, my name is Jacqueline Mendez. I'm 33 years old. I have a master's in nursing, so I'm a nurse practitioner, family nurse practitioner. I've been doing that for about 2 years.
And relationship status.
Oh, I'm single.
Okay. Okay. And well, welcome to the show, Jackie.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What do we have next?
My name is Sadie. I'm 31, and I'm a cosmetologist. I do full body waxing and facials, and I'm single.
Okay. And see here, my mom used to do cosmetology. Yeah, you tell her?
No, I don't think.
No,
I
you
told her.
haven't?
No.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Welcome to the show. I appreciate your time for being with us, and I'm looking forward to hear you out.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Who do we have next?
I'm Liz, and
Okay.
I'm 28 years old.
What do you do for a living?
So right now I'm a certified medical assistant, and
Okay.
I'm pursuing nursing. So.
Okay, and relationship status?
So I'm engaged. So,
Okay,
but I live with my partner, so we're common law.
Okay, perfect. And I'm glad to hear you guys are doing well. I know nowadays it's not easy, so congratulations on holding it together. And yeah, I think that's it. Education.
I graduated high school.
Okay, but you're working. You're still going to school, right?
Yeah, I'm still going to school.
Okay.
Right now I'm working on my associates.
Okay,
in,
perfect.
Biology, health science.
And you work too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see, that's impressive.
And I have kids.
And you have kids. And you have a cat.
And I have a cat.
Oh, you see, that's already a lot in a place for a woman nowadays. So keep going, don't stop. You're doing great, and just keep going. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you. And I got accepted into LVN program.
Yeah, oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Okay. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous.
Okay. Well, just take it one step at a time. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Janie. I'm 28. I am single. I work at a children's shelter. I'm a safety monitor, and I just graduated high school. That's about it.
Wait, but you did go to school.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
I did some. I was starting to go for sonography, but I had a kid, and
Change plans.
yeah, life happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Can you tell me what that is?
What is that?
Sonography.
Sonography is like ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not very familiar with the medical terms, so I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the good stuff. And I already introduced the second part of the episode, and pretty much my question is gonna be, how hard is it to date for the long term in this modern age? As a woman, what challenges do women face now that they didn't face 25 to 30 years ago? I know. Look, I want you to take your time. I know there's a lot to say, and just make sure that you're honest about it. And of course, it's gonna be your perspective because that's your experience.
Well, my experience, I'm going to be transparent and honest. I'm trying to keep it short as possible. I've been single for about 3 years.
Okay.
So I was engaged prior to all this happening. So after I was in grad school, I wasn't, of course, able to date. I was so busy with clinicals and work, and I have a 9-year-old daughter. So now that I got into the dating scene, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what is going on over here? This is like nothing like it was back in the day. It's back in the day, it was either black or white. Either they want you or they don't want you. And now it's like they give you all these signals of either they do want you, but they don't want you.
Who's
at
they?
the same time. Men.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, sounds like you're describing a lady.
No.
Okay.
So it's just very difficult. And I think for me, it's even more difficult because I have to be with somebody that can stimulate my mind. I can't be with just anybody that's just there. And I have a lot going on in my life. So that person has to be able to add to my value to my life, not take away from me. So I think I think I've done my work. I think I've done my, due diligence. I've been in school forever. I take care of my issues. I take care of my problems. And it's like, and the sad part is I'm on this masculinity power because I'm having to do everything by myself. I own a house by myself. I do everything by myself. And it's like the man that comes to me has to be able to be equal or more than me. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it's understandable because like you mentioned earlier, you want somebody that's gonna like help, not drag you down. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
And
because if that's the case, might as well just be on your own.
Exactly, because all they bring is confusion. So if you're adding confusion to my life, I don't want it.
Right. Of course. And so to put in a sentence, right now the dating scene is hard because they want to play around, they want to throw their own signals, they don't want to take you serious.
Exactly. So, and then not only that too, but I know I'm taking a lot of everybody's time, but like for example, like on dating apps, people would put, looking for a long-term relationship. And because you're honest, because I'm honest, I expect other people to be honest.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're really looking for somebody to, just for the night or whatever the case may be. And it's like, no, I'm looking for marriage. My parents been married for almost 40 years.
So you're looking for something serious. You're not looking just to see what happens. You actually want to start working on something.
Of course. Yeah. I'm already old, I'm already, not old, but I'm getting to that age that I want to have more kids, and I'm not here to play around. Like either either want me or not. It's just, if you want to keep on playing the games, that's you. I'm good.
Well, I wish females were more straightforward like that, because most females nowadays, I could tell you otherwise. Like they play the game the guys you meet play.
Yeah.
So I could say the same thing about women too. But it's good that you're saying it, because I believe there's a lot of girls that don't like to admit that that's what's happening nowadays. And you as a single mother, somebody that has education, somebody that has their shit together, you want to meet the person that has their shit together too. Exactly. That wants something serious. You don't want somebody that's gonna not appreciate what you've done, but also not at your level, which it makes sense.
Exactly.
I get it.
And even the sad part is I've met people that even are on my level. And they're still playing games.
But the thing is that's not enough, and we'll talk about that later. There's so much after that. Like, okay, you got it, you got what I got. We reached those heights, but now it comes to the chemistry, compatibility, personality, kind of like you have to be compatible with that person, right? Because if you're not compatible and you guys have all the success in the world, it's gonna be pretty difficult.
Right? It's the ego. It's the ego thing.
And you also you have a lot of masculine energy because of everything you have accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Which is normal because you're also single and you have a lot to take care of.
But see, the thing is like the only people that I have to say that have been there for me have been my parents.
Yeah.
No man has ever been there for me.
Yeah.
And that's 100%. So I think it's not that I'm trying to scare off men, but that's just how I feel. Yeah. Like, if you're not adding to me, what do I need you for?
And the thing is that the longer this happens, the harder it gets. because the thing is like you will continue to grow, and these men have to play catch up or already be there when you meet them. They have to be where you want them by the time you meet them.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
built.
if they're building up and you're already built up, you're gonna be like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's not gonna be anything, like it ain't gonna last for sure. Because I'm not Build-A-Bear. That's for sure.
Nice. Okay. Sadie, what you got for me?
What was the question?
No worries. I will repeat the question.
Okay.
So no worries. Don't feel embarrassed about it. How hard is it to date for the long term in this modern age as a woman? What challenges do women face now that they did not face like 25 years ago?
Well, I've been single for almost 2 years, and before that, I hadn't been single since like 2015, 2016 ish. And I feel like the only thing that's changed is the apps, because social media and stuff was out obviously back then, but
like my MySpace and stuff.
no, like
Tag 5? No. Okay.
RIP MySpace. It's the dating apps. There's just too many options, I think, for men, and like she was saying, it gets confusing because there's just too many options. If you're not giving someone what they want, then they're going to go on to the next one, and there is a lot of game playing, unfortunately. If someone doesn't text back, and then you're like, what should I do? Should I text them back or should I not text them? And then it's like, okay, well, I texted twice, should I not? Like, I feel like for me sometimes it's the game playing, and
it's the game thing. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm tired of it, but I will play if I have to, until I get tired, and then I'm like, yeah, this is like annoying.
Do you feel like you play to win or you play to be part of the team? What kind of position do you want to secure when you're playing the game?
Mostly out of boredom.
Oh, entertainment, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes it's fun, but then sometimes it's like, all right, you're wasting my time.
How do you know? Okay, so dating apps, right? How do you know when a guy wants to take you? Are you looking for something serious, or or are you trying to see what you can find? Because I think you're gonna have to go through like a few guys before you find something.
Yeah, I think that I'm obviously looking for my person. I don't necessarily know if I want to get married, but I can do long term. Okay. Yeah. The casual thing, it's not really my thing, but
Okay.
in long term. But I can do casual, but with the potential for something long term.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not really talking to anyone that doesn't have the potential, to actually go the distance. But if, there are certain things or red flags, right off the bat, I'm not just entertaining it for nothing anymore. I'm like, all right, well, that's not going to work out. So next.
Yeah. Okay. And about the game thing, I think it's play on both ends, because I think females, from my perspective, I feel like they also have their tests. They love to test men all the time, and it's understandable why. It's because you want to make sure that the guy you're testing is gonna, I guess, want to say, it's gonna hold up like their weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, they know how to hold yourself. They hold.
Well, yeah, the
themselves.
testing too can be, are you for real? Like if
They're
I don't
passing
know
those hoops.
Yeah. It's like, are you for real? Or are you just, messing around for...
How do you test a guy when you start talking to them?
I mean...
On the dating apps, like, how do you, like, when you match the guy on the dating apps, like, what's the next thing? Like, does he talk? Do you expect him to send the first message, or do you reach out?
I don't expect him to send a first message. I feel like it goes both ways. I feel like the guy should be doing most of the effort, but if a girl is just dry and not texting and she's just not interested.
Okay.
Within the first month, I'm sorry, don't expect me to be reaching out like a whole lot. If you want to talk to me, you're going to talk to me, text me good morning or something. And then once I kind of get the sense of like, okay, he's making the effort, then I'll start, like, good morning, or what are you doing later,
But a guy can
reach
really
out.
make an effort and they can still not get a response. Do you believe that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's so hard to know when it's gonna happen, when it's gonna work, when it's not gonna work.
Right, and that's just when you have to be like, okay, well, this isn't working. Let's move on.
Yeah, it's not. I know
Yeah.
it's not easy on both ends. I can imagine.
Yeah. And we're delusional a little bit, you know. Like, we're a little Lulu, so you know you gotta bear with us sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I think nowadays, due to the generation where we're at now, like patience, I don't think is there because of this TikTok generation that they want everything fast. They want it now, you know. And
Yeah.
I think relationships, there is a process to it. There is a process. There is no 5-second TikTok video that's gonna tell you how to be successful. You have to go through the ups and downs.
Well, yeah, and
know.
I think you have to have two things. You have to have chemistry, and it has to be like the right timing. Chemistry and timing, for sure. If you have the chemistry, but it's not the right time because of whatever, they're in school, or you know they are damaged from a past relationship, or
Maybe they are in a
live
relationship.
far, or I mean, yeah, that's
that's
a big red flag right there.
Because you know, oh man, I get along with them, but damn, they're taking
Yeah, that should probably be your first sign to
yeah.
Red flag.
Skedaddle.
get back on the apps.
Mhm.
Try again. Keep swiping.
Yeah, but of course, definitely, it's crazy out there. It's very confusing. I think the wrong signals are sent from both ends on dating apps, and at the same time, it's like the right guy is out there, but you're meeting the wrong guys. You know, I think that's what it is. The right guy is out there, but sometimes the right guy is overlooked or whatever because he's too nice. You know, he's corny or whatever, right? He doesn't have game. And game is so important.
Yeah,
Game
for
is
sure.
so important because that's like a lot of the percentage of how to attract a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not social as a guy, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now. If you're just sitting there awkward, being a nerd, I mean, I get it. I like look. Smart people are cool, but you have to have a social skill because that's how you're gonna get along with the girl. That's how you're gonna build chemistry with the girl. That's how you're gonna make the girl feel like she's interested in you. There's no way around it. I wish I could tell the nerds, look, this is the formula. I can't because social skills is in that formula, and you have to apply. You have to get out of your comfort zone to talk to girls. You have to expect to get 1 million rejections as a guy. You have to. There's just no way. And of course, by the time, for example, for the guys that you're looking for, you want them to already have that experience to go through all those failures. So by the time they talk to you, they're confident. Because if they're not confident, that could be the right guy, but if they're not confident, you're not gonna be convinced.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I agree.
All right, little sis. So I know you told me you're engaged. You know you've been with them for many years.
Like, what's the question?
I know.
My question has to be a little different.
So I'm gonna reward the question for you,
I
okay?
think it's a pretty good
You
question.
think so?
What challenge? Okay, so the first question is how have you done it to maintain the relationship? You know, how have you done it to keep it going this long? And what challenges have you faced that you have overcome in your commitment that you have with your fiance?
So I'll just start with I was really young, you know, when I got with my person. I was 19. He was about 22 years old.
Okay, I thought he was a little older. Okay.
Maybe he was about to be 23. One of those.
Okay. No, I'm like now. I thought he was older.
Oh no, he's
Okay.
4 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, I had just gotten out of a relationship with Michael's dad. He was probably around 1 year old, and he had a daughter that is at the time was 1 year old too. So that's kind of how like we connected. You know, he messaged me through Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And that's,
Facebook.
yeah, you know, slid through my
Marketplace.
DM. No, that wasn't,
Okay.
that wasn't around at the time. And I didn't know that he had reached out to me because, like, I don't get messages from people that I don't, you know, have mutual.
Did he know you were with or you know you had like a kind of co-parent relationship?
Yeah,
with-
he
okay,
knew. He
okay.
knew. At the time, he didn't have custody of his daughter, but then he got custody of her. But anyways, back to the point. We did a lot of growing up together. You know, I had my issues. He had his issues. You know, we did get separated at some point because I I didn't want to put up with the bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
So we were separated for about, I want to say 8 months, and then eventually, like, we got back together. I was like, okay, maybe he's grown up, maybe he's gotten his shit together, you know. And he did do a lot of growing up when I got back with him. I mean, I also like did some introspective stuff because I'm, you know, not perfect. I have my flaws too. And we've just been there for each other, like supported each other, like, hey, you know, there's stuff that, you know, we need to work on together as a couple, but there's stuff that, you know, we can keep working on individually.
Individually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And can you? Is it okay if I can ask you like what kind of challenges you guys faced that could have ended everything, like, but you guys were able to make it work?
Well, I would say so he really struggled when it came to drinking alcohol. Completely different person. And you know, I was really there for him, you know, hoping that he would change, you know. It was tough. But you know, I like I said, I was like, fuck this, I'm out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But since we've gotten back together, you know, there was a few hiccups here and there, but he's been sober for some time now, and that's awesome for him. But that right there, like, if he were to like now do the shit he did back then, that's it, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was a big challenge for sure.
Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know, I think habits, bad habits in a relationship, like whether it's drugs, whether it's gambling, whether it's alcohol, you know,
Any addictions?
definitely can impact the decision that you want to make. If you want to, you know, if you want to, what's it called, get back with the same person. He got lucky. You gave him a chance. Most women, by the time they leave, they have already a plan B in place. Lucky you didn't for him, because if you would have, I don't think he would be in your life right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I really love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that helps too, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely does, because any woman that would say, you know what, this guy, he's dragging me down. He, you know, I don't think he's gonna change. Even if he does, right? You don't know. You rather just go with somebody else,
Right.
you know. So I think he got lucky on this one. So he's lucky to have you, in my opinion. Janie.
Yes, it's me.
I know you got a lot
Big
to
dog.
say. You want me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
How hard is it to date for the long term in this modern age as a woman? That's the first one.
Okay.
And the second is, what challenges are you facing and that women did not face 25 to 30 years ago
Okay.
to accomplish that?
I think the hardest thing right now is probably the fast life. Everybody likes the fast life. I personally like the fast life. What can I say? You know, I was in a relationship for 13 years. I don't know anything about dating, to be honest. I really haven't gone on an actual date like that. And I think I can't say, like, I don't have like a example of anybody in my life that's like, oh my God, they've been together forever. So, but I think a lot has changed on the aspect. Like, I've had a lot of guys say like, oh, well, I'm not romantic. So when they say that, I'm like, oh, so you just want me to settle, you know? Or I don't do that, or whatever, like, type of thing. They
Bare minimum.
Yeah, they want to do the bare minimum because, like I say, everybody lives that fast life.
How do you talk to guys, Janie? Do you what apps do you use?
I don't use any apps. I find them through, you know.
No, I don't know. And this is why I'm asking the question.
I find them through going out, or like, you know,
Okay.
friends of friends, I guess you can say.
The old school way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Because I'm too scared to get on dating apps. Like I said, I've never really dated. I was in a relationship since I was 15, and then I got out of it last year. So it was like a little bit. And honestly, too, dating now I think is hard because for me, first thing first I'm looking for is red flags. But that's because I'm going through therapy and my relationship was very traumatic on me. It was very abusive in all kinds of ways. So it's kind of hard. And then like I can't be honest about that. Like even my therapist tells me like you can't say stuff like that because sometimes men take that and flip it. And like she was saying earlier, like for me, I'm trying to find whenever I decide to find, you know, my better half or whatever, like I definitely want them to add value to me because I'm a very, like my time is valuable, to be honest. And if I give you any time, you're lucky. Even though they don't see it like that in the moment, because like I said, I live the fast life. But even if I gave you like 10 minutes of my day.
Well, especially with kids.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm busy. I got stuff to
Yeah.
do, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely. Yeah.
if you waste my time, like if I'm kid free and you ask me
yeah.
out and then you ghost me,
Yeah, 2 hours. You dedicate 2 hours to that guy. That's gold. That's like gold because time you can never get back. So Jackie, you're a busy person.
Yeah.
You're a busy person. You're a busy person. You're a busy person. I'm a busy person, but all right. But I'm not a girl, so this is about you guys, okay? So the guys need to understand that when a girl in your shoes is giving them time, they have to make every second count. Every second count, because that is the test that they have, and they have to pass it. So my question is, how hard is it for you to find somebody else that is gonna give you the same thing that you had before, or even something better in the long term?
I think I make it hard, if I'm being honest, because my expectations are hard and not a lot of. I mean, honestly, me either. I don't put effort into anything, so I don't think a guy does the same. Because honestly, they're lazier than I am. But it's, I don't know, it's hard. Like, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp. I'm kidding.
All right, guys, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Please.
I'm kidding.
Soliciting.
I don't know. It's gonna be. For me, it's gonna be a little bit hard to find somebody.
Why is it hard? Why do you make it hard? What kind of requirements does a guy have to meet to even like for you to look their way?
Are we gonna get into that?
Well, I mean, you say you make it hard, so I'm just curious how you make it hard.
I look at everything.
What do you look at?
Everything.
Height, weight, income, income. Which one is it?
Income. I'm kidding. Well, I was with somebody that had a couple businesses, so I want somebody, like, I don't say I want to compare, but my mindset's there. Like, I want to grow, and some people are scared of growth, and I'm not. I don't care to fail 100 times because I know I'm going to end up 100 times better. And a lot of people don't take that risk. And if you're not willing to risk it, then I'm not risking nothing for you.
Would you risk yourself going on a dating app to see what you can find?
I don't know yet. That's
Okay.
scary for me.
I know it's a scary world. It's
I don't trust
and also let me tell you, I don't know about you guys, but I assume it's just like social media, right? It'll be like time consuming.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, the apps,
Yeah.
dating apps. Kind of.
Yeah.
If you have like multiple people that you're talking to.
Do you strictly stick talking in the apps?
No, but if they ask for like my number, like my Instagram or my Snapchat, then I'll give it
Okay.
to them.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a FaceTime rule though. Like I don't meet up with anyone unless we FaceTime first.
Okay, that's
Okay,
smart.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some guys are like collectors. I was telling you this the other day, like Instagram collectors or like
really?
Snapchat collectors. Yeah, like
To grow following.
yeah,
or what?
they'll talk to you for a little bit and then they'll be like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" And you give them their Instagram and then you like never hear from them
What?
again. Yeah,
I
they
thought,
just like
I thought
Weird.
only girls did that.
no,
Mhm.
guys do
Oh
that
my
too. And I'm
God.
like, "Oh, okay, you're a collector." You know, it's just
That's crazy.
when you start talking to someone, you kind of have to see like, okay, well, what type are you? You know, like, are you like the real type? Or are you gonna like ask me out on a date? Because some guys will be like, hey, let's go on a date. Like the first thing is like, oh, okay, I don't know. Or they're a send pictures guy or a collector guy, or sometimes they're just normal,
I love
you know,
those
and they don't
labels.
ask for pictures
Like,
and
what?
you know,
I love those labels.
or it's like, you know, appropriate stuff, you know. So it's like, okay, then you know, green flags so far.
Okay.
Okay.
I've only met red flags.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
it's a
sorry.
learning,
Yeah,
it's a
sorry.
learning curve for
Yeah.
sure.
Is that why you're protesting with red today?
Maybe.
Oh.
I am a red flag.
Oh my God.
I am. I'm in the works. I told you I'm still in therapy.
Okay. Let's
Well,
turn
that's okay.
orange. Let's turn orange.
That's okay.
Everybody needs therapy.
I'm healing still.
Especially men. Men need therapy.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
please make that.
They
know.
just won't accept it. That's the thing.
They don't like to talk about their feelings. Why?
Yeah.
Look, I want to be clear. No comment.
This is about us. That's what
Because
I
that's
hear.
the thing,
I
though.
know,
Like, getting back to the whole therapy thing. Like, if you know that you have work to do, why are you on dating apps? Why are you trying to trap people? Because people like me have done the work. Like I said, I've been single for 3 years. I've done my work. I'm not trying to cuss, but I've done my shit. You know what I mean? Like, so why are you trying to drag me through the mud? Because you're through the mud. That's not fair to me. So that's the thing with me. Like, if you're still trying to figure yourself out, I don't want no part of that, to be honest, because who was there for me when I was going through that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was just my parents and of course my friends. But as far as a man, nah.
And you know the thing is, like, a lot of guys go through the same thing you do. I think they're supposed to. So by the time they meet you, they have something going on for themselves.
But
They
I
have to
feel
go.
like they
Right.
just find rebounds. Like they don't take the time to heal or to be alone.
But then also they say, you know, like, oh, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I want a girlfriend. And then once you start, you know, going through the moves and you start doing, you know, all of that, getting to know each other and the chemistry is right. And then they're like, oh, well, you know, I'm just not ready, you know, like I'm, you know, and it's like, okay, well, what was the point of all of that? You know, like it is, if it's me, like, that's fine. I'm a big girl. I can handle that, you know, but don't, like, take that off of your profile, you know, that you want,
Yeah.
that's what you want, because, you know, it's like,
Be honest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's one of the things that I encourage guys to do is be honest. Like, if there's something you don't like about a girl, hey, look, you know, she might say something you're not gonna like, but at least you're being honest.
yeah,
You know, because the thing is, like you say, you know, you want them to be honest, so they're not dragging you along the whole time, and then at the end, it's like, oh, I don't want nothing serious.
yeah. Or for, like, you know, it's like, oh, well, if I'm, you know, the type that you would settle down with, but you're scared, you know, it's like, okay, well, it's like,
I
you know, it's like,
I-
for that.
I think what it is, I think what it is,
Don't.
like, guys are scared to share what they don't like. I'll be honest with you. I think guys are scared to make you feel bad, by telling you, you know, I don't like the way you think. I don't like the way you smell. Or I don't like the way something. There's gotta be something
Too
off.
much honesty scares people though.
Oh yeah.
I know,
Wow,
and that's
that's
the
what I'm
hard
saying.
part.
No, for real though.
No, and that's
Not for
part of the
real.
that's part of the game that I was talking about. As a guy, you have to have that game. You have to be able to know that balance between honesty, and also the game part where you have to know psychology.
but what's the point of doing all of this if you're not going to be honest with her? You know, like, why talk to someone and then realize, like, okay, well, I do like you, but, like, I don't want a relationship with you. And it's like, but why are you still talking to me? Like, why
Yeah.
can't men just be honest and be like, I just, you know, like, I like kicking it with you, but like I don't,
Because they
want a
know that as soon as they
relationship.
do that, they're not gonna have access to, you know. Yeah, that's why they don't want to lose that access.
Denied.
That is
Because you know it's gonna happen. You know once they're honest, you're gonna be like, nah. You're not gonna keep going.
Because you don't have time for games.
that's wild. You know,
but
it's
they
like
have
that.
time for games.
That's why I'm telling you right now. That's why.
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna move to the second question. Okay.
Interesting.
As a woman, what are some qualities that a man must have for you to even consider, and what kind of test they must pass when you meet him?
Oh,
These are
I'm
multiple.
I'm gonna need more wine. Do you guys understood the question? Like, what qualities does a man have to have for you to, like, be interested in them? You know, when you first meet him, like, what's the I guess, like, yeah,
Am I
what
going
qualities?
first?
Can,
I
can
Yeah.
say good conversations. I feel like a lot of people don't hold good conversations. Like, for example, I was talking to this guy, and at the beginning, like the first month, it was everything's like he was consistent, very consistent, and then like that like reeled me in, and then like, bam, you do the thing, and it's like, you know, but like he don't let it go either. Like he'll be consistent 2 days, and then back to the same bullshit.
Does everybody know what the thing is?
Breadcrumbing.
No, the thing is
the thing.
The thing. No,
Okay.
I was saying that.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some good things that Josh has that has kept you there? I have to change the question with her because she's there, you know. I mean, I can't ask you the same question the same way because you know.
Right. I will say that he's very open-minded. That's one thing about him. Definitely the good D.
Okay.
I'll give her man credit.
Yeah, let's give him credit. But
no wonder you forgave him.
Oh my
Forgiveness.
goodness. But another thing is that he's very, like, I guess he's very understanding, and he'll listen. So I've always liked that about him. He'll listen to me and stuff like that. He's a great cook.
Oh, okay.
And he helps a lot, like around the house. He likes to clean, organize. I like those things about him. And I like that he's very smart.
Okay. Like very handy.
Yeah, very handy, but like his mind is like smart. Like he likes psychology. I like psychology. He likes nature. I like nature. We have a lot of things in common, but then there's also things that are different about us, you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't get boring.
If I have to ask you the question when it comes to compatibility, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're more compatible with him than you're not, or?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like we're compatible. There's a lot of chemistry. I mean, we've been together for almost, including like the separation, for 2 years. I mean, not 2 years, my bad, 10 years.
Okay. Let's get that right, because you know.
Let's get it right.
we don't want to tap into his psychology, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna be like,
Right.
Okay. Sadie or, you know, Jackie, who wants to go
Whichever
first?
What was the question again?
What was the question?
Okay.
You go first.
It was long.
Yeah.
it was 2.
He's gonna break
No,
it
it's
down.
because okay. So I know with her was one way, and I had to. Okay. So as a woman, what are some qualities or attributes that a man must have for you to to I guess look their way?
Mm-hmm.
And once that test, look, let's just start with that question.
Okay. Funny is one thing. You have to make me laugh.
What about the physical stuff? Nobody's saying anything
Okay,
physical. It's all
well,
about like
I mean,
the
I
personality.
can,
When
but-
we get
No,
to
I
me,
like
that's
that.
when we get
I
to the
mean,
physical.
It's all about being sweet.
They have to be funny, and I mean, physically, you know, who doesn't like a tall guy and you know, handsome
6
and
feet. Okay.
you know,
6'6"?
6 feet, please.
hands. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, okay, there's like certain first things, and then it goes into okay, well, what's the next? You know, like first it's like I don't know, funny.
Yeah. What's the
mainly,
first test? Funny.
Yeah, like you have to make me.
But
laugh.
he has to be told to be funny, right? If he's short and he's funny, it's not gonna work, right?
No.
I mean, I don't know. It's first things first, and then it goes into the more pickier things.
Okay, so what's the first?
Funny.
No, she's not gonna say funny at this point. Trust me.
I don't know.
He has to be taller than you for sure, right?
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Like driven. You have to have like a good job. You need to like, I don't know. I'm pretty family oriented. I hang out with my family a lot, so that's important. And I don't know. It just kind of depends on the guy. You know, like the chemistry has to be there.
It's just for the guys that are listening. They're trying to figure out like, okay, what was Sadie liking me if I approach her? What advantage am I gonna have when I approach her? So I know I'm gonna have a good start. You know. And you said tall, funny, right?
Yeah, I mean, my type, like on paper, I like facial hair. I like Hispanic mostly. You know, like dark hair, dark eyes. I mean, colored eyes are, you know, a bonus, but dimples, I don't know.
Okay. What about body shape or whatever? Like you want them like that bod? You want them fit? You want them athletic?
I mean,
or you don't care, you know?
fit, athletic. I mean, I want someone that takes care of themselves for sure.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that something that's the first that you're gonna look at when you first see him, or is it gonna be the eyes, or is it gonna be the face? Is it gonna be?
It's the whole.
It's the whole thing. Like
we
everything.
do
Everything happens in seconds, right?
Yeah,
Boom, boom,
we
boom,
do a
boom, boom.
scan, and
Uh-huh.
it's like, okay, yes. And then they start talking, and it's like, okay, you have like accent, you speak
Yeah, you
Spanish,
start. You
and,
start.
you
You're
know,
messing with
like,
your hair. Yeah, yeah.
you know, you're funny, you make me laugh, or you got, you know, you're a little suave, you know, like
You got game. You got game, right? It's the
Yeah,
game, right?
yeah. It's the game
Mhm.
for sure.
Okay, okay. Hey, you see that doesn't sound too hard, right? When you like say it like that.
Oh,
But then when it's time to get it to practice,
well, I'm going off the dome. I have a list on my phone. If you want me to like read it.
Okay. She has a list. Check.
Yeah.
check.
And it's
No.
detailed.
it's a laundry list. Let me take a look at
It's a manifestation list.
that. I can imagine.
Oh my god, I need to do one of those.
Ooh, and you say it's already hard.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even have one.
Yeah, you gotta make your
Jackie, I
therapist
haven't
said
forgot
so.
about you.
Whew, okay.
You want to bring the mic a little closer?
So
There we
my
go.
list.
Uh
My list.
huh.
I'm 5'5", 5'6", so he's got to be taller than me.
Okay, at least.
At least, because when I wear heels, I'm 5'9",
You're like 6'0".
5'10".
Okay.
You know. So 5'11" up
Okay.
for me. My dad's 6'3", so
Ooh.
you know, I
So you're the shortest one in the family, huh?
pretty much. No, my mom is.
Your mom is.
But again, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but with my education and everything, I want somebody to stimulate my mind. I can't just sit here and what you doing. That's
Oh
so
my
annoying to
gosh.
me.
How was your
day?
What was
Yes.
your
day?
That
Like,
is
same thing I was
so
doing an hour
annoying to
ago.
me. Like, do something for me. Tell me, like, you're gonna wash my car. Tell me you're gonna rotate my tires. Tell me something.
So I'm gonna shine my tire. Really?
Right. Do something. Do something that is gonna be helpful for me. Not just gonna sit here and just what you doing. I am paying bills. I am taking care of my child. I am doing things. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm taking care of patients. I'm a nurse practitioner. And I sit here and what you doing me to death. Like what? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know. And then, of course, to me, I don't. You know, when people ask me, "Oh, do you have a type?" I don't really have a type. Like,
So how do you attract to someone if you don't like
oh,
look into that?
Look, I can't be attracted to somebody shorter than me.
Okay.
That's for sure. Like, I cannot. That's just not it.
Just not looking that way.
But somebody that's athletic takes care of themselves. I take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I expect the same. So if you take care of yourself, I take care of myself. Okay, we're on the same page. Somebody that kind of, you know, does, bare minimum, whatever. It's like, okay, passable. But I don't know. I mean, if you would ask me, like, if I have a type, I don't have a type.
Well, you just said it.
I mean, as
The
far
physical
as physically, like if they're like
Yeah.
light skin, or if they're like tan, or they're Hispanic, or they're not. Because I've dated all kinds of ethnicities, and it's like, you know, they're all the
What
same,
about
same
Asian?
liars.
Have you dated Asians?
They're all the same buyers.
You dated Asians?
I have
yet.
not.
Not
That
yet.
exception, not yet.
Okay.
But you know, it's just, I don't know, to be honest with you. It's just nowadays, it's like if you don't look for it, it maybe come to you like naturally. But I'm just really like, man, you really gotta impress me to be able to like.
And I think that's the thing. I think that's one of your you have a larger cap. I want to say, like, for example, like, you're educated, you're tall, you know, you got your shit together. I think. Okay, so my question is, the guys that have the physical requirements, right? That you're pretty much looking for, but they don't have the education, they don't have the income. Will you be able to negotiate that?
So, if he treats me right, if he's not lying, then maybe. But from what I see,
So you're gonna make it
nowadays-
harder. Do you say that you're gonna give them more expectations? You're gonna have more expectations from them because they don't meet certain things that you're probably looking for?
Well, not exactly, because I am the type of person that I'm happy just going to a date on a tackle stand. Like,
Okay.
that's just how, that's just how humble I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You don't have to take me to a 5-star like steak dinner or anything like that.
Like
You know
Texas
what I
de
mean?
Brazil or what?
No, like you don't have to do all that. Like, just you spending time with me, that's it for me.
But it has to be the right guy, right? Can't
But
be
it
just
has-
any guy.
It has to be tall. It has to be tall.
Okay, okay.
It has to be tall.
Okay, So it has to be at least tall. He
Because-
doesn't have to have a master's. He doesn't have to make a lot of money, but he has to be tall.
And he has to be able to work too, because I'm not gonna sit here and entertain somebody that's just bumming around. You know what I
Okay.
mean? While I'm working and working.
Do
You
you
know,
expect
that's
him to lead the relationship, or you want to be the one to?
I'd rather be the type of, like, I got this, you know what I mean? Even if, of course, you don't have the same education of me, but if I can feel safe around you, if I can be that little girl and feel safe, I feel safe.
Yeah.
But if I have to come out and be masculine like I've always been, you're not the one for me.
Okay, so they can't be a beta male for sure. They have to be alpha.
For sure.
Are you gonna get along with an alpha though? Because you're so like.
No,
I think she's trying to say she wants them to bring out her feminine energy.
yeah,
Exactly.
We
I
want to
think
be
all
soft.
women.
We'll
Yeah.
take
Want
care
to
of
be.
ourselves no matter
Yeah.
what.
Okay.
But we're tired of being the big dog.
Yep.
You know,
All
like
the
we want someone to come and like make us soft. I don't want to make any decisions. I don't want
Yep.
to think. If I'm with you, I want
Bro,
to know that
yes.
I'm good. You got my keys. You got my phone. You're gonna get us home safe. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't want to have to, like be the decision maker and like the responsible one.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna take care of my car? Like, you're gonna take my car when it
The
needs to be.
minimum
What's
Yeah.
with the
Like,
car? Oh my
I need
goodness.
car issues, okay?
Okay, okay.
Things like
You
you
need an
can throw
oil
in the
change
trash
or what?
out.
Like, you feel like you're having
all
issues
of
with your
it,
car.
all of it. Just take care
You're
of
not
it.
gonna get like a good job for doing that.
Throw the trash out, bro.
Yeah.
And that's nothing. That's not. Hey, look.
You're
That's
not
not.
gonna get
That's
rewarded for
not
bare
fixing a
minimum.
car, but it's just taking out the trash.
But some
Something
men
so little.
don't do that.
No.
They're-
Man,
they'll
you've been
let
with the
it-
wrong
They'll
guy.
let it
man.
sit there like
My son does that. He will take out the trash.
you see.
We're trying to raise him right.
Exactly.
Open the door for me.
Exactly.
Michael.
Yeah.
Just little
Something
things
so
like
simple.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I think for me, if somebody were to open the door for me on first date, I think I'd be like,
But that's how they get you, though. That's how
no,
they
but
get you.
not all do it. Not all do it.
No, they don't.
Even like
True.
they don't think of it.
And like I'm not a big like if you don't open up the car door for me, like it's fine. I don't notice it, you know. Like I'm
Yeah.
not like, oh, he didn't open up the door for me, you know. But if you do, it's points. It's
Yeah.
not deductions, but it's points.
Brownie
And I
points.
actually read something recently that I thought was funny. Tell me if I'm wrong. Men start from 0 and they add, and women start from 100 and they subtract. So like if I meet a guy, he's already 100, and then the little things I'm like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah."
Yeah, it's
you know.
the-
But
yeah.
men start at 0, and then they're like, okay, this, you know, and they go up.
But yeah, because what happens is like there is something called the ick. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Once you start meeting icks, it deducts a lot of points.
Yeah.
Okay, and for us guys, the last thing we want to find is a ick. So we don't look for the icks; we look for the good things. You guys are the opposite. You guys look for the icks first. Okay, because you guys are trying to discard your weakest options.
Well, we're also
Okay.
tired. You
Yeah,
know,
and-
it's
and I
like
get
the
that.
talking stages. You know,
Yeah.
it's like another. It's like if I like have to tell you, you
My
know, how
favorite
many
color.
siblings I have or my favorite this or that. Like, you know, like, you know, like.
Yeah, and it's understand, and then that's why you know what you say. You know, guys.
So we just gotta get it
you
all
know,
out
they
there.
add,
You know,
you
like,
guys
what's wrong
subtract,
with you?
you know, because you guys discard whatever you guys don't like really quick. You guys are very harsh judges. You know, some girls just judge a guy just because they're wearing the wrong clothes on the wrong day. They don't know how to match clothes. That's all it takes sometimes. You know, and he sucks because that could be a nice guy. He just doesn't know how to dress.
Well, I mean, it's. I'm a little patient. Like some people, I don't think are as patient as I am. If there's a couple, you know, things, it's like okay, you know. But if they're like compounded things, it's like okay, well, you just, you know, you're just not the one.
And you know, that's one of the questions that I will ask later. Before we go on break, I have one more question.
Can I add on to that
Yeah, go ahead.
situation? The first thing first I look into is shoes. So the shoes are not right. You're not making it.
You see what I mean?
No.
What
for
kind
real.
of shoes
Done.
though?
Just no. I know.
Just no
Yeah,
Crocs.
yeah.
Just no Crocs, right?
We
Just
know.
no Crocs.
We know. We
Yes.
know the wrong. We know the wrong kind of shoes.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there you go. Shoes, guys. Make sure for her you have the right. You gotta have the right
Shoe
shoes.
game.
So
On
what
point.
what kind, like Nike?
And she really wants to
Well,
know, Jamie.
but my type, honestly, I didn't tell y'all my type. My type is Mexican. I like dark skins. To be honest, like dark skinned Mexicans, and I like them to dress like cowboys. Like you're from Texas,
Like
you know?
vaqueros.
Yeah,
Mm,
very
cool.
much.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, very much that. But because
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
very Western too, so
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I mean, if you can pull off a hat and some boots and a little belt buckle, you know.
yes,
I-
come my way.
Yeah.
Get the
She likes the
lasso.
rodeo, folks. She likes the rodeo.
Yeah,
Switch it up. You know.
I'm scared.
She's honest.
I
Okay.
feel like we're all honest over here.
Yeah.
Okay, don't hide anything. Don't hold back. You
This
guys
is
are
gonna
doing
make
very
you
good.
Appreciate that you're not single anymore.
I mean, I hear
No,
it
but
from
but
my
you know,
friends,
I
and
have
I'm
to
like,
give her credit because
mm.
she's brave. You know, she's actually more confident now. Right before she sat down, she was sweating. You know, bullets. Now she's better now.
The wine,
It's
the
the, it's
wine.
the
Hold
wine.
her out like
Okay,
that.
okay. So my final question before we go on the break. At this stage of your life, can you easily spot red flags or find non-negotiables in a person you are getting to know? And because of that, what kind of ways do you express to avoid any commitment once you already find those red flags?
Like, how do you cut them off?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
But first, the question is, how can you spot those red flags? What's gonna give red flags from that person for you to?
What red flags am I looking
Yeah.
for?
Nah, you see, that's what you guys do. You guys are looking for. But what? But the
Okay,
question
so
is, how do you spot him?
communication-
How do you
okay.
spot him?
Well, communicating. I think communication is very sexy. I want to communicate with the person that I'm talking to. I want to be texting. It doesn't have to be like all day, you know, but there has to be enough to where, you know, I can ask those kind of, you know, get in deep, ask those questions. That's the only way I feel like I ever find the red flags. And then when I find specific ones, like I have some that are just like deal breakers, you know.
And the red flags. Okay, real quick. Whenever I say red flags, it has to be the guy you already like. It has to be already a physical attraction. Okay, they can be a guy that you never met. It has to be a guy you already know, that he's tall, that you're into them. So whenever you're actually talking to them, you know who you're talking to, but then you're finding these red flags. You know what? This guy is attractive and everything, but he has this kind of red flags that he's not making me sure if I'm picking the right guy.
I'm honest. When I see him and it's a deal breaker and it's non-negotiable for me, I'm just like, you know, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, but what are those red flags? You said.
Oh, what are they?
You said communication. What else?
well, are you asking me what the red flags are?
Yeah.
What
What are your-
like
Oh.
what is one thing you spot?
Like, what are some things that you spot?
Drinking's a big one for
Like
me.
a lot of drinking or just casual drinking?
No, if I get the sense, and I can sniff stuff out pretty quickly.
There you go. That's the red flags that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, drinking is a big one. Baby mama drama. If they have kids and they don't see their kids, you know, if they are inconsistent about like lying stuff, you know, like tells me he did this one day and then turns out, you know, he says he didn't do that. You know, it comes out, you know, like, oh, I actually was doing this instead. You know, it's just like little things like that where it's like, no, you can't be trusted.
Okay. So they're lying.
Yeah. Lying, drinking,
The baby
Deadbeats.
mama drama. Deadbeats. Oh, yeah.
pretty much. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but that's all I can think of right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I'm sure there is. But leaving for Jackie, leaving for my sis, and leaving for Janie, okay? I'm sure they're going to have more to share.
Let's see what else we got, girls.
Red flags. Oh goodness. So for me, it's for sure baby mama drama.
Okay.
Like I am at this. I'm gonna share this. I'm trying to be short, but I'm gonna share this. I am very cordial with my daughter's dad. So we don't have any drama or bad blood between us. So I expect the same. I don't want no drama in my life. I'm peaceful. I am good at where I'm at. I think I have a good career. I don't need that extra stress or extra drama in my life. People feed off of drama, and I don't like that. And I think that's the difference between, me and other people. But anyway, what else is a red flag? Let me see. Oh yeah, commitment issues. Like, we go to the beginning, as when I said is, when people lie on, especially like on social media and dating apps, they said, oh, I want a long-term relationship, and yet they're not really honest about it. And then you go on a date with them, and it's like, oh, the date's going good and everything like that, and then next thing you know, it's like they ghost you. Be freaking honest and just tell me what you want from me.
So the ghosting is a red flag.
Oh, for sure. That ghosting, because you don't know how to communicate, because we're not children. We're in our 30s. I'm not gonna sit here and you're not gonna let me wonder my value. You know what I mean? Like, as a woman, because anybody that does that and doesn't have the, I'm not trying to be ugly or anything, but doesn't have the balls to tell you, like, hey, this date, you a cool person, but I don't think we reconnect like that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that 100%. Versus ghosting. Like, what is that?
Would you ask why if they told you that?
No, not really, because it's none of my business. Everybody has their
Like,
No,
like she said, just be honest with me, right? Like, if they're honest, like, I didn't like the way you looked at me whenever, whatever, right? Can I ask why?
No, I don't ask why. I'm like, okay, well, you didn't like it. Next, you know what I mean?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know,
because why am I gonna change the
she
way
wants
I
to know.
look?
I think
The
she's
way I
very
look.
secure with herself to even care.
Yeah,
Because whatever he didn't like, someone else gonna like. So.
Right.
Yeah,
No, but maybe
so-
she did it maybe she said something by mistake. Maybe that's the way she talks.
I
Maybe
think
it's just the way she is.
I'm
or
just
maybe-
too confident, and you know what? And to be honest with you, and just to say it out there in the air, is the Scorpio in me,
Oh, of course. The horoscope.
and-
Gosh, I was gonna
That's-
say that.
Justified, right?
So and then I feel like I've reached a point in my life. Well, of course I've been down in the past, and there's been so many questions in my head. Me questioning my worth is not gonna. You're not gonna have me questioning my worth. That's just the way I see it. And it's bad to say this, but I feel like I'm being like protective of myself, because I'm not gonna let anybody, like I said, drag me through the mud and try to me question myself. What is wrong with me? When it's not me that I need to work on anything. I've done my work. It's you that need to do the work.
I think the work is probably something else. Probably it's not status. It's not the money. It's not the education for you. I think for you probably be like getting into the commitment and work on the commitment. I think that's where the work comes in place. It's not gonna be building up. You know what I'm saying?
But these men don't want to commit, though.
They
That's
of
the
course,
sad.
of course, they
That's the
have
sad
to be in
part.
those shoes for you to put the effort, right? Because if they're not in those shoes, you're not gonna put the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just not gonna talk. That's it. Not gonna sit here and chase you. That's for sure. Because I'm the prize. That's for sure.
Okay.
Play stupid games with stupid prizes.
Yeah.
I defer. Who wants to go?
Okay, I can go. I think I look big into horoscopes, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
If you tell me your horoscope and I know that we're not compatible,
Yeah, because I have
that's
a
a
few,
red flag for me.
Yeah.
Really?
There's a
Big.
few that's like
I already know off the bat I'm wasting my time because we're always gonna bump heads. Another thing.
Yeah, what's a red flag that you find on a guy? Once, let's say you already, of course, you like him and everything. You guys seem to be like kind of building some kind of, communication, but then you start catching red flags. What are some of those red flags that you caught that made you change your mind?
I guess like not being consistent for sure.
With what?
I don't like to look for you. Like she said, I'm the prize. Like, you should look for me. I know that like I have to put effort into it, but to be honest, like I don't want to. No, I'm serious. Like, I don't want to, but you know, like, I think if somebody really like they say, if he wanted to, he would. You know. And sometimes some men don't understand. Like, it's like the smallest things. Like she said, you could take me to a taco stand, bro. You can bring me a chocolate while you took me to a taco stand, and I'm giving you 101 point now.
Yep.
You know. But men don't think of like those small things. Sometimes some men, some.
But it has to be the right guy, because if he's the wrong guy, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
But I just feel like a lot of people don't put effort into it no more because it's like so casual. Like, people go on dates all the time. It's a free meal or whatever. Like, I just want to go have fun.
Do you think guys could feel used at the same time when girls are being picky like that too?
Only if they want to be like.
Well, can guys tell which girls want to use them and which
they should know? They should know,
like,
right?
I feel like they should know.
But you see, the things like a lot of guys don't have that's one of the things that I want her to like kind of like tell us, you know, what red flags has she found that have not been negotiable in her partner, and what have been negotiable. Because in your case, you're working things with somebody, right? So you're already with somebody. So there are some things that you will accept, and there are some things you will not accept.
Right.
Can you share some of those with us?
Yeah. So definitely, like she had mentioned, like the alcohol, like that's a no. And yeah, that one for sure. Something else, like I guess in general, red flags. Not having good communication is definitely a red flag. Like, you have to be able to, you know, for men in general, they don't like to talk about feelings. They don't like to be, you know, some men don't like to be open-minded and stuff like that. But then some men do. Like my partner, he's very open-minded. He'll listen and stuff like that. But you know, he's gotten to the point where he can talk to me about his feelings. You know, in the beginning, he wouldn't really talk about his feelings, and for me too, like, it's almost like you think that men can read your mind, but they can't. So you have to be, like, as a woman, you have to be able to also communicate with the guy, like, hey, you know, I don't like that you did that, or, you know, things like, just little things like that. And for the guy as well, like, to be able to tell the woman, like, hey, you know, I don't really like that you, I don't know, didn't pick up after yourself or something like that. Be able to communicate that, not just like, I don't know, be like passive aggressive or something like that, or the silent treatment, or, you know, just stuff like that. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense, you know. And the thing is, like, a lot of people don't know how to do that, you know, because
we're not taught that, you know.
Yeah, we're not taught that, and what happens is, like, instead of making things better, they just go, they leave, they don't want to work, they feel offended, they take it personal.
In a relationship, it's easier to do that, but in dating, it's sometimes hard because
that's where the true honesty comes.
I feel like,
well, not the too honest, but then if we are honest about anything, we're emotional, we're dramatic, you know, it's like, no, I'm just literally telling you what I don't. Like, you want to piss me off? Okay, well,
be emotional.
Fine.
Be emotional, please.
Yeah.
No, I've had where I send like a message this long, and then they replies like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, if
really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. It's so true. It's so true.
That's
all right, I guess.
You
know,
that's
like,
a red flag.
Yeah.
Well, well, there's something I kind of want to like pick on when it comes to the I am the price kind of thing, because I think guys have to earn to be the price. They have to work extremely hard, because what happens is, like, for example, in her case, the guy that she's looking for, dude.
Where are you at? Because I'm ready.
No, the thing is, like, the percentage of guys that you're looking for, they're very tiny, in a very tiny
That's
pool.
what I'm saying.
So
very small percentage.
So you have to look in specific places for those type of guys.
Can I recommend an app, Millionaire Match?
Well, that's where I need to.
There you go.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
I heard of it recently.
Okay. You're gonna have to pass us the link. You're gonna have to pass us the link on the chat.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, for example, in her case, right, she is the price, but think about it, the guy has to be a bigger price to get her, you know, because she's already the price. So it's the guy, you know, being successful, being a millionaire, being economically stable nowadays is so hard because of the inflation. It's so difficult. So the thing is, like, the middle class guys that they thought they were gonna make it, are they gonna make it now at this point because of the inflation? So they were always competing. I can tell you from experience as a guy, like me trying to catch up financially, meeting those standards, making sure that I qualify for a home, making sure that I qualify for something, is becoming extremely challenging. Like 5 years ago,
But men are so worried about money. Like, that's like the thing that makes them think that they're on top is money. And for us, money isn't always like a thing for us. Like, I don't even think, like, because she's good, you know, like, she don't need a man with like a whole bunch of money. I don't need a man with like a whole bunch of money. It's the consistency and the effort, and you're supposed to woo me. You're supposed to be wooing me, you know, like, that's what she means by I'm the prize, you know, like, I am not chasing you, you know, like, men these days want to be chased because there's so many options. So it's like, well, why would I text this girl, you know, when I have, you know, like, why chase her whenever I could just like text someone else? I think that
And
men
men
think
with
too
money
much about the
just
money
buy
thing.
girls. To be honest, they're not even happy.
And they're not. And the thing is, though, like, and to be honest, like, I'm not really like looking to be like with somebody that's the same or more than me, but I just find it more difficult now that I have more education, because to be honest with you, a lot of men are scared to be with somebody like
they're
me. Intimidated to be with somebody like me, because
if
I
they
have
don't make enough money.
exactly, because they're like, oh man, like, you know, usually it's in their nature of a man, like, oh my god, like, I've got to
Provide.
We gotta provide,
for
protect.
her,
Yeah.
and you are not really gonna provide anything for me. All you need to give me is consistency, attention,
And that
Tacos.
kills us. I'm gonna tell you, that
Tacos.
kills us.
That's
And we
it.
feel like we
Pupusas.
can't
But
give
I
you
have,
what you
but I
guys
have
need.
a question.
When you
for
say you're
that,
gonna
though.
call me, just like basic, you know,
Basic
like,
stuff.
we like the bare minimum, you know,
Yes.
too, you know, like, you can at least do that, and then like, no,
Yeah,
you
but
know, like,
but the thing is, as a guy, for example, if I had to date someone like that, for example, right? Imagine
like that.
no, it's
With
because,
that mindset.
No, it's because her,
Yeah.
you know, her list is just so high, right? So, for example, like, you know, the things that they have to do to even like qualify for even a date. You know, she's gonna ask all the questions she needs to ask before going on the first date. So most guys are not gonna pass those tests. They're just not.
That's why I need to have sales, man. They that's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
need to sell
and
you?
then, no.
I was gonna say lower standards, but no, she wants to raise it
No,
higher.
and then that's the thing, though. Like, I'm having, and to be honest with you, 100%, I'm having to lower my standards because
Yes.
I'm having to want and the need to have somebody beside me, or having to somebody to like be with.
companion.
I'm having a companionship. I'm having to lower my standards, and that's sad.
Oh my god.
Because it is like, man, like, why am I doing this? I catch myself 100% all the time. Like, why am I doing this? I shouldn't be the one chasing you. You're the one supposed to be chasing me.
Yes, but most guys that you're looking for are not gonna chase you. The guys that are gonna chase are the ones that are gonna have a hard time qualifying.
I think our issue is we're looking for a person like us or better.
Right.
or like what we have to offer.
Like, if you're like, okay, you can give me all the time in the world, but are you gonna pay my bill? Y'all say money is not. For me, it is.
Well, it definitely helps for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
you're gonna pay my
but-
bills, okay, you know.
'Cause
But
if
like,
you're gonna
if
be
I
in
don't
the
for
house-
a
need
partner,
that,
I hate the need of, like, it's so, okay, how can I say it? Let me word it right. I've had situations where, like, I never asked for $1, but bro, like, you're not gonna make no effort. Like, really? You're not gonna, like, do one, like,
it's
you know,
that
like,
we want you to want to.
like, I'm not gonna ask.
you
I
know?
can't ask for it. I'm not afraid to ask for it. Like, if I'm
Right.
telling you, like, oh, I need my gas, I'll ask you for money. Like, I don't give one F. You're gonna do it I know he'll do it anyways, you know? But I don't want to ask.
Right, you want him to take
Like,
that initiative.
oh, like, I wake
Yeah,
up in the morning,
initiative.
I want to have that message, like, that good morning and the Starbucks money.
No, but
No,
also,
because that's somebody that is interested. That's somebody that
They'll
probably
put-
wants to
they'll
keep
put in the
you.
effort.
Yeah, fuckboy
You know?
is not gonna send you money.
yeah. But the thing is, like, okay,
And you
so,
don't got to do it every
so,
day.
So we're thinking about just the money thing, right? But when a man works so hard for his money and he gets to that level, it comes with confidence. It comes with confidence. It comes with wisdom. It comes with knowledge. It comes with things that he needs to know how to do to be able to navigate the world, right? At least I hope that's I'm talking about a person that built himself up to that level. I'm not talking about somebody who had inheritance of a millionaire and you would just pass down to them, because most likely their life will be easy without making it easy by the hard work they have to do, right? So the hard work is gonna give you that confidence to be able to talk to you, take you to places, show you the best things of life, right? But the man that has that money, that education, has to be built from zero to be able to know how to do those things that you're looking for, so he can impress you, so he knows exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it,
But can
where
I
to
add
take
something?
you. Uh-huh.
So I'm not trying to name no names or nothing.
Okay, go ahead.
But
name it.
I was seeing somebody who was on my level,
Mm-hmm.
has a nice house, 5-bedroom home, Corvette, nurse practitioner just like me.
Okay, yeah.
But did he want to commit? Of course not. Of course not. So
it's that,
honestly, education doesn't define who you are, because even if you have education, it's still you still want to play the games. So honestly, I just look for, now, I mean, I look for somebody who's ambitious, who wants to strive for the best, and honestly somebody that doesn't do the same line of work as me, because I do not want to deal with somebody that is talking to a million nurses to that's just the way it is, and I know how the game goes, because I know him, and the sad part, we were friends for a long time, and I thought, oh, I could trust you. But you turn around and you end up, being, and still, and to be honest with you, till this day, he still messages me because he knows he messed up.
Okay.
So
They always do.
they always come back.
Always come
Because
back.
they know when you're a real one. And
I'm a real one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all have came back.
Confidence.
It
Even
is
the
true
sneaky
though. So, I mean, to me, it's not, people might say it, oh yeah, you want somebody that's the same or more as you. Not really. I just want somebody that has a job, that has has ambition, that's not just gonna sit there at the house and just wait for me to pay everything. That's just not cool, because I don't look at that. I look at, are you gonna be there for me? Are you gonna comfort me? Are you going to be because I'm lucky enough right now to have my parents, and my dad is a big influence in my life, that I am his little girl. So if I can feel safe around your arms, that's it. You know what I mean? That I'm marrying that man.
There's a correlation with that for the girls, for the women that have their parents involved in their lives. They are very confident, like the way you express yourself. I want a man that does this. Like, I have a dad that shows me that love. I want the same thing from the men.
Yeah. Because my parents been married for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course, ups and downs, but they've been married.
Yeah.
And that's what I looked for in the past, or what I wanted. And unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. I probably would have been divorced by now. But who knows? But honestly, I'm very happy that I'm still single and not having to deal with, with having to struggle in a divorce and all this and all that. But anyway, that's besides the point. But I'm just, people always look at me, oh yeah, like she has her like shit together, and like she just looking for somebody that that is the same as her. No, not necessarily. It's like you sit down and talk to me, it's not really what I'm looking for. It's looking for somebody that's consistent. Somebody's gonna be like gonna make me feel safe. That's gonna help me like be better. Like, I am the type of person, I'm very nurturing. So if he's like, if he's going through things, I'm gonna be the person to be like there for him, But of course, I'm not gonna build him from zero, But I'm gonna help him like build up, or be there for him and things like that. But none of these men, like they all they give you is high blood pressure. I mean, to be honest, they don't give you that you wouldn't make like balloons and everything like a nice like hotel room, build out nice rose petals everywhere. All they give you is freaking headaches and high blood pressure.
I think a lot of guys are
Literally.
scared. I think a lot of guys are scared to do that nowadays because they're afraid to do it with the wrong girl. It is what it is. I mean, and it sucks. And it sucks because look, for you to do that for a girl, you have to know that the girl wants you the same way. And if you don't know how to detect that as a guy, let me tell you that you're gonna fail every time. You have to catch the red flags as a guy immediately. If there's no chemistry, don't do it for the wrong girl because then you're not gonna do it for the right girl, and the right girl is gonna bitch about it.
Right.
You have to learn from your failures as a guy, because if you don't, you're gonna do it for the wrong girl. The wrong girl is not gonna appreciate it, and when you do it for the right girl, and you don't do it for the right girl, she's gonna be like, why you're not doing it for me?
How'd you do it for her? You do it for me.
I agree. Well, anybody has any more red flags they want to point out? Janie, I know you want to say something. No.
What do you want me to say?
Another red flag.
Jail's a
Another
red
red
flag.
flag.
Okay, so make
Criminal
sure you guys
background.
you're not in jail. Okay,
Yeah,
or you're not out of jail.
I
You're-
think,
you're not gonna go to jail.
Mommy issues.
Oh my gosh.
I missed that one.
Mommy issues.
Yeah.
Daddy issues. Some guys do have daddy issues too. I
Drug
myself
issues.
have abandonment issues. So for me, I think that's probably one of my biggest red flags. But I know, like I said, so I'm healing, so I know that I can't depend on anybody that I talk to right now, right? But I feel like I want to be attached to somebody because I want to, like she says, I want to have that comfort. But I can't. I can't trust nobody.
Trust issues.
Trust issues. But we all have that.
Yeah, we all have trust
Yeah.
issues.
To some extent, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Well, look, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna go on a break real quick. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna watch a reaction video. Pretty much what's gonna happen is like these girls are gonna align themselves, they're gonna rate themselves, and then the guys are gonna rate them. Okay, so we're gonna see how girls rate themselves versus how guys rate them. Go ahead and put the video real quick. Hey, look at the guy with the shorts.
Can we say like what we do or like what our things to do? So I'm a dancer. I'm very physical. I use my body a lot. I love baking cakes. I always just like shove baked goods.
This is just from a physical attraction perspective, by the way.
Okay.
Because I'm a weenie, I know. But I'm single as all heck. Hey. I am a journalism major.
I'm also a student. I'm double majoring in psychology and criminal justice. I'm also an actress. I love to travel. I've been to India 5 times.
Okay, we have to do this.
Should we rank ourselves? Should we just like close our eyes and like scoot to where we think we should
God.
be? And
Yeah.
then
You know what I mean? Just go for it on an individual basis.
I think
and then
that's
very smart. I feel like my personality is really attractive. My looks, I feel like I'm okay. Like I don't think anyone would look at me and be like, ooh.
Okay.
How are we not gonna bump into each other? Did anyone take this into consideration?
we're all so humble. We're like, oh, you know, honey.
What if you don't know like
They're taking too long to rate themselves, don't you think?
A little bit.
I already have my number one.
Okay.
Like what?
The girl who I found most attractive was
Don't say it,
Jordan.
okay?
She has a great personality and she's confident.
Period.
oh see I thought this was
Really? Come on, dude.
it's 5 to 1. No. How did I end up
She's right.
like immediate first impression and attraction to the person?
I'm just gonna put it out there, just so we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'll be 2 because I got all 4 twos. Okay. I think I got 3, 4 the most, so I'll stick in that window depending on the other person's.
There were attributes that I saw in the other girls that I didn't see in myself, and hence I would have put them higher as well over me. So people are like, she's so sweet, she's so funny, but like, I wouldn't date her.
I guess I'll be 1.
That I guess. Like homegirl.
Yeah. I guess I'll be humble enough to be one.
Nobody really wanted to be last, and I could kind of feel that vibe. So I was just like, you know what, it's fine. Like nobody is a five, really.
Come on, dude, Michelle.
I don't think so. But I mean, where do you think you would fit yourself in this one? Well, I mean, I don't know because I feel like personality is a big thing.
Ah, here we go with it.
Oh, by far. Two. Three. Thanks. I'll say three.
Gaslighting, dude.
And she still ends up there at the end?
I know, right?
What?
We just put ourselves in order of most extroverted, not the most personality.
No way.
That's fucked up.
No, here comes reality.
The men will rearrange them. Do they rearrange men?
They do it, but not on this episode.
Okay.
I know, I know.
And then, like, just shift down. I think Michelle was the most attractive. How she looked, how she carried herself, it just seems like someone that's going to live an exciting life, I guess you could say, or that you could have, like, a deep conversation with. Could you switch with...
I don't know about all that, but
I forgot, they can't even hear me.
Okay.
What would you switch?
I switch her and her. You go over there.
let's go. Yes, don't. Come on, man.
Personally, for me, she kind of looks like Kristen Bell, and I really like Kristen Bell, so I'd probably put her in on the 1 or 2 position. And I kind of like her vibe. I think her whole aesthetic is very nice. So for me, it's either 1 or 2.
You're so polite.
I think that Maria was the most attractive. It was just like her whole vibe, and like I liked how her hair was, how her makeup was done. Like she looked very nice. Are we content with 5 being 5? I'm not.
What?
Oh, that's
Oh yeah. That's right.
I think 5 and 4.
Yeah.
Switch. We're gonna get ripped a new one. I don't want to be a pointer here.
Guys
Damn.
are not afraid to be more blunt. They were straight up, hey, you're attractive, you're not. But girls were like, I don't want to be rude, you know, we're all beautiful in our own way.
Alright, are we good? We're good. I'm good. We're locking in.
That's
Not yet. Hold on.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you want to see the difference how they arrange themselves and how they arrange them. See?
Vice versa.
The question is, how do you guys think the way the girls rated themselves? Do you guys think that they were a little bit like too politically correct, just to kind of like nobody wanted to take responsibility of how it really supposed to be, versus like the guys just came and, hey, you go here. I think this is the most attractive one. Do you guys agree with the way they arrange themselves when I'm talking about the girls and also about the guys? Do you guys believe the guys also were right, or you guys could have changed something in those two structures?
It just depends on their likes, but it seems like men are more of a physical versus women is more of a personality, and so
Emotion too, because they were
Yeah.
worrying about hurting someone's feelings, and we know who we're talking about, right? The
yeah.
big girl, okay?
I'm
So
dead.
they were afraid to tell her, look, you have to be 5.
Mhm.
I don't even think they were going for her to be a 5. I think if anything, like she said, it was more based on personality. But honestly, like the Asian chick, she was more experienced. She said she likes to travel. Like that means like she'd probably be more interesting to a guy, to be honest. Looks, guys did play a lot on looks. I think they went more for attacking the bigger girl than the girls did, because off of the vibe they got just knowing her in that moment, they didn't even think of putting her at the end.
They also went off of like how they were dressed too.
Mhm.
You know, like, oh, I like her vibe, her aesthetic.
Yeah.
She looks like she could be outgoing, but it's just
You
like,
never know.
What if she's boring?
I just like this jacket, or something.
It's true.
Yeah.
Or she looks really good in that jacket.
Yeah.
Little sis.
It was interesting to me because I'm not trying to be racist, but the black guy was like, hey, what about, the black girl kind of thing? Like, we should
Like
move
she
her
didn't
up a
want
little.
her to be at the end.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he didn't want her to be at the end. It's like, hey,
Yeah, but I don't think she belonged to. In my opinion, I don't think she deserved to be at the end.
yeah, that's true.
No, but it's all
'Cause
based
she
off
wasn't
of
that. She
type,
wasn't
too.
ugly.
You
I
know?
mean,
Exactly.
all of them were not my type, to be honest. So that honestly that would have been hard for me
Mm-hmm.
as a girl.
Yeah.
None of them would have been a 5.
Who was the
I mean,
who was the
one,
most
sorry.
attractive one out of all the girls?
The Hispanic one.
Maria.
Maria.
Was put more together.
Yeah, she like her makeup.
Like
and her
she put
clothing.
effort.
Yeah,
She put effort, but maybe the other girls did too.
Maybe
And
for
that's them
them
putting effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
I just
result.
think you got it or you don't. It's one of those things. And I think she had the long hair. The long hair helped her. For sure. And
Okay.
she seemed like very shy, but at the same time, attractive. So I think a lot of guys will find that what, I want to get to know her. Because she doesn't seem like a loud mouth or like somebody that's gonna be,
I think
being
it's like a first choice, no, for a guy. Like, but off of like visuals.
yeah. But
Like if
también,
you see a group of girls and you see her, I think that's like she's probably the one getting her drinks bought type shit.
Well, it just
right?
depends too.
Right.
Some guys like the life of the party. They want the one that's like rowdy and wild, but some guys want the quiet one that's like mysterious and just like,
Like the
sitting
Asian
there.
one. I mean, she seemed pretty like quiet and timid, but she says she likes to travel, so she has like that side of her that
Adventurous.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the black girl was the quietest one out of all of them. I didn't even hear her say much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have put Michelle is a tough one, man. Cause I think between Maria and Michelle, for sure. Like I think it was they were the most attractive ones in the group.
Who's Michelle?
The Asian one.
Yeah,
Oh.
she was pretty.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
She was she was like a 4.
I thought they were gonna be rating themselves like on a scale from like 1 to 10, like they were gonna say like
Nah.
I think I'm a 7 or something.
No, because that would have been more like.
That's why I was watching. I was
more
like, I'm
harsh.
confused. Okay.
No, yeah, they did it like from 5 to 1, but it was like
And the
from
5
least
was
to
the
most.
least. For me, the 1 would have been the least.
No, I think they
Like
did it
top
was
pick
1 to
one.
5.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
like
two at
okay,
least.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
least.
okay.
Your last choice.
Gotcha.
That guy said that one girl with the short hair, the Caucasian girl, that she looked like Kristen Bell, and I was like, what?
Really?
Who, I don't know who that is, so
I never seen
I couldn't
anyone.
relate.
Kristen Bell. I don't know why I can't picture her right
She's
now.
she's. I think,
Oh,
What she came on?
Is she with Dak Shepard? Is that who's married to Dak Shepard?
What she look like? Well, who's she? Where's
She's
she?
in Bad Moms.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think I think
Okay.
that's who that is. Let me-
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna look. I'm a Googler.
Yeah.
she played a voice in the.
Okay, so the reason why I show the video, right, is to see how guys see you guys. I wanted you guys to see how we
10.
rate you
I'm
guys.
kidding.
Yeah. So when we
That's
rate
her, yeah,
girls,
that's her.
when we see girls, the first thing we think is physical. Okay, personality comes second. For you guys, when you guys are asked, it's the opposite. Personality comes first, and then physical. But at the same time, the physical is not there. Then how can I know personality, right? So you guys go based on a lot of how it makes me feel, how they make me feel, and we go more like, okay, physical, like right to it. You know what? I like what I see. I want to ask more questions. I want to get to know her.
Well, it depends on how you meet too. Because if you meet someone in person, then it's different than meeting them on the app. Because I feel like it is kind of physical because you're seeing their pictures, but at the same time you're just texting them until you meet them in person. They could be like, we have a
Boring.
weird like tick or like I don't know.
I feel like me, I'm opposite. Like I don't hold long conversations, but in person I talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think a lot of people don't know how to handle that either.
Yeah, like you might be quieter like over text or more.
Because I don't like to like. What am I don't want to say no longer. I can talk a lot. You hear me?
Yeah, that's why I like to talk on the phone.
And a lot of people don't like to talk on the phone.
I know.
No.
We
red
just
flag.
talked about that. We just talked about
There's
that.
a lot of different. So you see, the thing is like guys go through different girls, right? The quiet one, the loud one, the one that talks a lot, the one that doesn't talk much. You don't know what kind of girl you're gonna get next. You know, it's just one of those things, and you have to adapt. Am I gonna adapt to this or not gonna adapt to this? You know, and it's just relationships and dating are so not I don't want to say confusing, but complicated, because you don't know who you're gonna end up with. you were probably with a quiet guy. You were probably with the life of the party type of guy. You were probably with the nerd. You were probably with the one, who did
A
it all.
goofy one.
A goofy one, you see?
A whole clown.
You see? And then the next one you meet is going to be the quiet opposite, right?
Next thing you know, I'm the clown.
So there you go. You see?
I'm dead.
Okay. Well, for the next question.
Oh, there's more.
So I asked men this question, but I'm gonna reverse it to the woman version of it. As women, what is something you guys are taught from a young age by cultural expectations for you guys to be taken serious that eventually will lead towards marriage?
Next question. I'm kidding. Can I go first?
Sure.
Okay, so I was raised very much like in a Hispanic household, especially with my grandma. She's the one that raised me. And her expectations is like, you gotta fold clothes, you gotta wash the clothes, you gotta cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You gotta, bro, I don't know what you gotta do. You gotta be that man's maid, 100%. And you cannot
Why are you
be
saying it like that?
No,
though?
because, bro, I hate it.
It's teamwork.
But that's not how my grandma thought. She didn't think it was teamwork. She thought it was that's your job. And another thing too that I've noticed a lot in Hispanic households, especially like women baby the men a lot. So the men don't as a woman growing up, they want you to like do as a man says type of shit. Like a man can't be wrong. Or like if your husband says you can't go there, you're not going there. Your husband says like you're not gonna dress like that, you're not gonna dress like that. And with my past relationship, he wasn't like that. He was a narcissist, but he wasn't like controlling like that. Like you can't do that, you can't dress like that, none of that. So it was good, but like I did get raised like this and that. Like I had that in the back of my head regardless, But I think that's like very toxic, and that is a lot of reasons why there's so many divorce now, because we're raised to be that toxic, to be honest. And it's
if you had to change something about that, what would be something you will apply as an expectation for marriage?
Well, now that I have a daughter and a son, I think like big time with my son right now, like he's 4, right? So he's learning how to clean. He thinks he doesn't need to clean because his dad doesn't clean. But no, not in my house. You're going to clean. And if I have to grab your hand and help you clean, we will do that till you get it down. Because when you grow up, I personally don't want to hear that my son doesn't know how to throw his damn clothes in the hamper, but can throw it next to the damn hamper. No, for real, because that's like so.
No, yeah, that's yeah.
Like, why can't it make it in? Why?
Why?
Yeah, but my question was more like, okay, what expectations are you willing to? Okay, you say like that was pretty much like toxic, right?
Yeah.
What would be something you will apply now that will lead to marriage that will help you in the relationship? Like since those things are toxic, why?
Well, like I said, they didn't let us. My grandma made like I said, you don't have a voice as a woman. I think definitely communication is a big factor in a lot of failed relationships, especially mine. I think communication, and being able to communicate, not aggressively either. Being able to tell somebody, hey, I don't like that about you, and here are things to change or whatever, Communication. Yeah.
Okay, what about like teamwork? Like things you have to have responsibilities, right? Because for example, just like they're gonna have their expectations they have to meet, you have to have yours, right? There's no way you're gonna be there communicating, but you don't have to do your part. There's something you have to do.
Me.
Yeah, you have to do you, but you have. But what you
I'm
gonna
pretty
do?
perfect. I'm kidding. No, for real, no, because I come from my relationship. I don't think I failed as a woman, to be honest.
Okay.
I was let down, so so I don't know. That's hard.
Okay.
I think I became toxic because of him, but not that I am toxic.
Or just maybe like go off your strengths. Like for me, I'm not a big cooker. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cook. If I do, it'll be like edible, but I'm not gonna like throw it out in the kitchen. But I'm a great cleaner. I will clean. If you cook, I'll clean. Like maybe like that kind of thing.
Oh wow, okay. At least you're offering,
something.
Yeah. I know what I'm good at.
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna clean.
I don't know about 50-50. I mean,
we're
when
gonna
it
go
comes to
with
that,
our
I mean,
strengths.
it's different,
Right.
Yeah.
50-50. Wait. Like,
What
girls
do you
don't want
mean?
50. Girls don't want
that's a whole can of
50-50.
worms right there.
What do you mean?
50-50.
Girls don't. Girls
Let's
don't
not
want
put a number on it.
though.
Let's just,
will
take it.
I'll throw a carb on it. We'll see. Okay. So, Liz.
He's like,
Say, what's the question?
So the question is, what expectations as a woman have you been taught from from a kid, right? Since you were young, the expectations you as a woman have to meet to be able to be, I guess, married, to be married, upper marriage material.
Okay, so piggyback on the Hispanic household.
Mm-hmm.
From not just mom, but like my grandma from my dad's side, they would always say, like, if you don't know how to cook, you're not gonna have a man. You're not gonna get married, kind of thing. Or cleaning, being like a, I guess, organized person. Trying to think what else. But coming like from my mom and dad, like them, I mean, they were both like business people. So my mom's like, she handled her own business with the cosmetology, and then my dad handled his business as, a security officer. So it was kind of hard to really see from like looking at them like as a role model, because like my dad would work at night and my mom would work during the day, and I was in school during the day, so I couldn't really like see the relationship. But the little bit that I did see, like it seemed like they did love each other. I don't know, I think I'm changing the subject, but anyways, they seemed like they loved each other. There was a lot of hugging and kissing involved, a lot of physical touch, that kind of stuff. So to me, that's something that I was like, okay, well, if I get married, I want to be able to have that too, like the kissing and the physical touch and stuff like that.
Okay. And but the question was more like, what expectations would you meet to keep the man, like now? Like, for example, like, what are some things that you're gonna do to keep the man?
I don't clean.
Do you still?
Let me tell you, I got this ring. That's the expectations now. I'm sorry.
So,
how would you keep the man in your life now? Let's say if there are some things, for example, if you're not gonna cook, if you're not gonna clean. Oh my god, is that gonna be enough though?
That's
all
Should
they
be
looking
more
for.
than enough.
Yeah.
That's all they looking for.
You're confident. You're confident. I like you. I like you. Yeah, but I mean, any girl can do that though.
Not
like
not.
And any girl can, deliver that.
I'm
But the
kidding.
question is like the other stuff too. Just like you guys, have your
So
expectations.
are we answering like what we offer?
No, like the expectations that you think you're gonna be able to meet to be marriage material. You know what I'm
I
saying?
am.
Okay, so
Yeah, tell me twice. I'm married myself.
okay, because God, why haven't you sent me? But I think now, because we're talking about modern times, I think both spouses should be working now, to be honest.
Okay.
Especially if, like, for example, I have kids, you have kids, we all have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think if we're like, entering a new relationship, I don't think leaving work should be a factor. You should work both parties, and it's better. And I think that brings less problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
More money.
Double income.
What you want to add, Liz, on that? What else? Both work. What else?
I would say not just like both working, but like just like in the household as well.
Okay.
Being a team together, like you had mentioned, not really doing the cooking but cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
helping each other out, do the dishes or somebody take out the trash or,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Being able to work together as a team, like not just in the house, but like, like, oh, you know what?
Planning.
You go out to like a restaurant or something, like, you know what, I got this. Like, I'll pay for it. You pay for it next time or something like that.
But what would you rather have in that situation? For him to pay all the time, or to be like, I got you this time, you get me next time?
I think it's planning. Okay, for example, like me and my baby daddy, we did really good on surprising each other, I guess you could say. So he could plan out a whole date. Same thing, like be like, oh, one time out of the month, and it'd be like a whole shebang. And I think that keeps it going.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely having y'all time.
That's important.
Yeah.
Because like
Because
you
you
said,
lose yourself in a relationship, especially when it's not new.
Yeah.
Well,
And with
you
kids
fall in the
involved.
routine.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life, lives.
Yeah.
Like you said, the fast life.
Yeah.
And Sadie, what do you have to add to that?
Um,
What expectations are you willing to meet to be marriage material?
I mean, they would just have to tell me like what I'm not doing, like if I did have a man that was like, okay, I would like you to cook, then I'd learn how to cook. I'd at least try.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, so my mom never really told me like you need to be like this or you need to do this, to like keep a man or have a man, whatever. She always taught me to be responsible and independent and pretty much don't rely on anyone. So I feel like that might be a small problem that I have. I'm like hyper independent. So I do everything. Like I'll run circles around a guy in the house, like they'll come home, sit down, watch, like expect this, and that, and I'll do it, but just to have the load taken off of me just a little bit, just like with the little things. But I mean, if I don't know really, I mean, if I could have like an example, I guess, of like something I needed to do, like, or do differently.
I guess you can ask me as a guy, what would you want in a woman? I can tell you, like loyalty, of course, teamwork, right? Make sure that nurturing, if you have kids involved, right? If you want kids involved, supportive.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Your physique.
Building. Always wanting to build, I think, no? Each other.
Yeah, of course. That comes with the responsibility in a relationship. You don't wanna. I mean, for example, she as a woman, as a wife, or as whatever. If she's in the nursing industry, whatever profession she decides to do, you want to be supportive too. That's part of growing. And especially if she's getting promoted, when you're getting promoted, you have more responsibilities and you have to be able to balance things a certain way in the household.
Yeah.
And hopefully by doing so, you don't lose time. You don't lose family time, which is hard to say you won't, because responsibilities comes with less time with family. And I hope that the person that you're with when you're in those situations, they are supportive, but at the same time, you guys don't lose yourselves. Right? Because then what happens is like you don't give him attention, they don't give you attention. There is somebody at work you like or whatever, and then guess what happens? Just things can go wrong. If the proper attention is not given to the relationship. So the expectations would be, from a guy, that would be at least that. Of course, be physically attractive. Right? You don't want to lose that either.
Oh yeah, and I think I could hit all of those points. I'm a Leo, so I'm very loyal.
Right.
I'm a ride or die. I'll do anything. Like I am nurturing. I do want to take care of you, but it's, it's not a number thing. It's not like 50-50, but it's just, you got to find the one that's going to do the same,
Yeah.
I'll sit there and I'll listen to you. If you want to cry, you can cry, like I'll, support your business or anything like that. Respect is like a big thing for me too.
Of course.
Yeah. Trust, respect, loyalty, all that stuff.
Respect, yes.
Yeah.
No, for real.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That gets slipped up real quick.
Yeah.
I think communication is a big thing. If we're not seeing eye to eye, then if you know how the old school cassettes, like they're both rolling at the same time, the same way.
Okay.
And if you're going this way and I'm going that way, we're not seeing eye to eye.
You'll break the
And-
tape.
Yep. And then the thing is like people expect you to read their minds, and it's like, well, I shouldn't, I'm getting upset because you're not communicating with me. Well, communication, just a simple, hey, like, I'm not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, cool. Like, that's fine and dandy, but communicate with me,
Or with like the people, go off like love languages and stuff. Like, I think that is kind of important too, because I know mine, but I know the ones that I'm bad at. And so that is something that, if that's your love language and you need, like, for example, words of affirmation is one of them. I'm horrible at that. Absolutely deplorable. So if you're the type of person that needs like reassurance and, being told like you're doing good, like I'm like, okay, I'll try, like I'll put it in here,
Well, I
but
think most men don't need that though.
I think
They
you're
need it
wrong.
to feed their ego.
I think you're
very
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Maybe
And
for
that-
you.
There's
yeah,
a
maybe
lot
not
of-
for you.
There's
Yeah.
a lot
Jeffrey
of
needs it too.
traumatized men.
No,
out
no,
there.
no. Sometimes what I do is I do ask, but I don't ask because I ask just to kind of like to show interest in reality. But I don't do it because that's gonna make me feel like shit or it's gonna make me feel a lot better. I just ask for interest purposes. Like I want to make sure they're still interested in me.
Well, if you take a girl out to dinner and she doesn't say thank you, that wouldn't hurt your feeling, or, like
No,
not
that's
hurt
not
your feelings,
that's not gonna
but
hurt my feelings. Hey, you're
not
not gonna
hurt
say
your
thank you for this steak. No, I'm not gonna ask for a thank you. I'm not gonna expect that because that's what is expected of me to do. When I meet expectations, I don't expect a thank you.
Yeah.
Because that I'm expected to take her out, pay for the dinner, show her a good time, open the door whenever I can, right? Is it always gonna happen? No, but whenever I can, I open the door, and I don't expect a thank you. Because I know at the end of the night, or at the end of the day, or at the end of the date, good things will happen.
Yeah.
I don't need the validation. I don't need the whatever you were mentioning,
That's
right?
how I feel too. No, that's why I don't say thank you. No, I'm just kidding. It's hard. I think it's an ego thing. I heard someone say like, ego.
Really?
Like, I'm not here to like, I feel like I do it in other ways, so like, I'm not going to tell you like, good job you took out the trash, or good job you went to work today, I don't know.
Wow, nah.
You're doing a great job being
I'm
a
gonna
man.
get offended if I hear that all the time. Like, what are
But
you trying
some
to say?
people need it.
Some people
need
do.
it.
Yeah. So if
They're
you're that type
like,
of person,
I already
yeah.
did that. Okay.
Yeah,
And
so-
I washed the clothes yesterday.
Yeah, and if your love language is like you want quality time, or
Yeah, that I can agree on.
And if someone doesn't do it, then the communication is like, okay, this is something that I need and I would like, and if you can't give it to me, then
Move
I mean,
around.
yeah,
I'll
then
find someone else
keep
that will.
pushing.
Also, pphysical touch. That's very important.
Oh, and I'm not affectionate.
There you go.
You're
Affection.
not.
I'm not.
What's your horoscope?
I'm affectionate. I want to be.
I'm a
like,
Virgo.
Mhm.
I'm not.
That's so true.
I'm not affectionate. I don't like it.
You don't like
I feel
it
like it makes me too.
soft.
I mean, I like to be soft, but it's like too much of it. Like, why? I don't know. And don't expect
It's not,
it.
it's
like
not
this-
easy,
it's
isn't
like-
it? It's
yeah.
not easy, isn't it? She doesn't like it. You like it.
And
She
too
maybe
much
likes it. Who
touching.
knows?
Too much
Yeah.
clinginess.
It just
Then I get
depends.
hot.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it when
it just
people are
depends.
obsessed with
It
me.
depends.
I think I love that.
Like toxic obsessed or
Not
like
toxic obsessed, but you're watching me and you love me and you
Like, I
just
like attention,
you
but not
want to be a part of my plans, and you want to be like you're like making sure that I'm okay, making sure that for me it's a big like I do a lot during my work day, and it's like to come home and be like a big baby, you know what I mean? Like it's just like to be able to be like a little girl. That's a big thing for me. Like if I'm able to talk to you about my feelings, because I don't really trust a lot of people. I don't really have a big like huge circle of friends, but if I can like confide in that one person, but trust is like a big thing for me. Like once we were talking about the whole ick thing, but once I get the ick from a guy, I'm just like, ugh, like I'm done. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like it just goes away. Like that magic, like, oh my god, like I feel so infatuated with him. It's just like completely gone. You know, because it's just, if you're there for me, that's 100%. Like, you just got my attention. Yeah. If you care about my day, if you just simply care about, hey, how you feeling? Or if I went through like a hard day or whatever, that's a big, like, that's a big one for me.
And those are simple things to do.
Exactly, but people don't look at it like that. They just, oh yeah, what you doing? What?
Yeah.
What?
I
What
agree.
do you
I
mean?
agree with you.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I think I'm needy on attention.
I just need it. I love
and
attention.
I always tell a guy I'm very needy, so you don't want me.
Right.
I
I'm
need a lot of
just
attention.
I have to be able to know that you're thinking of me and that you want my well-being. So that's just how I am.
I'm gonna throw a curveball. What is a toxic trait that you like about a guy, even though you guys complain about it?
Oh, me. I would go first.
Okay.
I love it when they talk, because, you know, me, I don't have no ears, so I don't listen, okay?
You got selective hearing or what?
I have selective hearing, so
okay.
me, as an independent woman, you know, I have my own things, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I can go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't listen, right?
Wow.
But I go travel, I do a lot of traveling, I'm always somewhere.
Yeah.
So if he tells me, oh, you can't go nowhere, or you can't do this, oh, okay, I kind of like that, you know, but I don't like it.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Because...
But there's more.
But I don't like it because I don't, you know, I've been single for so long that I don't like being told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one for me. I don't like being told what to do. Okay, I don't.
So if the right guy tells you, "Hey, you're not gonna go to Colombia because you know you're with me now, and I don't want you to," you know,
we're going together. We're going together.
Well, what if he has to work? I mean, just
well,
an
we
example.
call off.
Okay, but you know, let's just say he just can't for whatever reason. Would you, if it's the right guy, would you listen to him?
We'll you know, discuss about going like in another month or something.
Okay.
Or, yeah,
but you will listen then.
I will listen.
You will listen.
I will listen to the right person.
Yeah.
But if it's the wrong person,
of course not.
It's just like my German Shepherd not listening.
Okay. Well, thank you for your honesty on that. You know, it's but you are willing to listen. You know, it has to be the right guy.
It has to be the right person. You have to be able to prove to me that you can put up with me.
Okay, so you like to be like told what to do by the right person.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't think of one.
You can't think of one toxic trait that women complain about, but they like it about the guy. Like some girls like to be stalked by the guy they like. For example, like like stalked. Like for example, like I want to make sure like they're always seeing if I'm online or I'm not online, or you know why you're always checking up on you. You know, like spying on you or whatever. Like obsessed with you, I guess, in a toxic way.
Like Joe. From you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
Oh, well, no.
I don't want those.
I mean, that's just an example, right? But I mean, or he's like over jealous. He's jealous. He can't stand seeing me talking to other guys, or like you know things like that.
Yeah, that might be one. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, because like I don't like a guy that's like too jealous. You know, like I guess. It's cute sometimes, you know, like if it's done in like the right way.
If it's the right guy, of course. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like saying like little, you know, like little things like.
Like what?
I don't
Say
know.
it.
I don't want to
Say
say
it.
anything too specific.
Be honest.
Like if I'm going out or something, and you know, a guy's like, "Oh, you gonna, you know, like, did you meet someone, you know, or what are you gonna do if someone comes talk to you, or." Like, oh, who are you talking on the phone with or something? You know, just like little questions where you know what they mean by it.
Yeah.
But you're like, you know, would you be mad? You know, like.
Okay.
I guess that could be one of them.
Okay. There you go. Liz?
I don't like men. I can't think of one either. That's a hard one.
Okay.
So you said like a toxic
A,
trait.
to- a toxic trait that girls complain about, but they like about it. The guy.
Um,
Like, check. Let me check your phone. That's one of them, right?
Oh hell no!
like that one?
yeah, that's. I mean, if you have nothing to hide, then I mean, sure, here's the phone.
Oh,
But
okay.
still, like, I mean, if you do have something to hide, then that's when you would start to panic. Like, oh my gosh, you know.
So you like your phone to be checked?
I don't. I mean, that's not necessarily something that bothers me. But it's like, okay, what are you doing that makes you want to look through my phone, kind of thing?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So now you're questioning them instead of them questioning.
Yeah, like
okay.
why are you over here trying to look at my phone when let me see your phone. What am I gonna find out on your
It's
phone?
suspicious.
Yeah, but I mean that could be like a trait, but it's not something that's like
That you attracted
yeah,
to?
that doesn't attract me. No.
Okay.
I can. I think I thought of one.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go ahead.
What'd you get?
Okay, the one where they always come back.
You think that's toxic?
Hello, hella toxic.
Okay. In what way?
Yeah, because they left for a reason, and then they came back.
For a
they
reason.
want for more toxic,
Oh.
and it's cute.
And it's like,
Does that hype your
That's what I
ego?
thought.
Yeah.
That hypes your ego, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay. Another question. Do you guys believe the environment where we coexist can influence the way we select our partners or mates? Like, for example, like this question, let me tell you, when I asked this question to the guys, we had a laugh because people did not understand what the question was. They were like, the environment, right? The environment, right? But pretty much in your workplace, it can be an environment, your school, where you volunteer,
What's the question?
So my question is, do you believe the environment where we coexist can influence the way we select our partners for the long term?
Okay.
Like if you hang out yourself with like a lot of like lawyers and stuff like that, is that something that's gonna make you want to choose a lawyer? Or if you're around doctors, that you want to go for the doctor? Or if you're around artists, rappers, singers, whatever, is that something you're gonna pretty much try to like pursue?
Well, in my field, they're most likely not straight.
Okay. Cosmetologist, right?
Yeah.
So she's definitely not gonna go for one of those. Definitely it's not gonna. You're not chasing for another cosmetologist. I assume you're just trying to find something like a barber, right?
But that's
No, I don't think I would. I mean, I don't think I would go for anyone
In your field.
Yeah, like I'm not like, ooh, I want a barber,
Okay.
like, or that's hot because you're a barber or anything. But I do wax for a living, so like hair is like a thing for me. Like,
So it's a hair like it's made some must or it's not a must.
I don't love it
You don't like it?
because like I
Okay.
remove hair for a living, so it's like I just want to like. If you have too much hair, I'm just like, can I wax you? You're
You're gonna bring work to the house.
Yeah. I have a wax spot at the house. I could do.
Oh my
real
god,
quick,
that is a thing. I don't like hairy men either.
Yeah, it just depends on like what kind of hair, I guess. It's just like a
Oh, I don't
disgrace
like
to my
that.
profession, if I don't wax you.
Okay.
Like chest hair, like back hair is not my favorite. But like leg hair obviously is like
Yeah, that's
whatever.
Yeah.
What about your social circle? Like for example, the people you hang out around with, that can be considered as the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, if you hang out around Hispanics, most likely you're gonna meet a Hispanic person. If you hang out around white people, you're gonna, meet a white person. If you hang out around Asians, there's nothing but Asians. If you go to Japan, if you go to China, the chances of you finding somebody that's Asian they're high, right? So the environment can affect it, make you're gonna choose.
Yeah, like she says she likes cowboys.
I'm
So
in
she's in Texas,
Yeah.
you know.
But I want like I need like flexible too, because like we're also from Houston, you know. So it's like I need.
Oh no, you gotta do the whole shebang.
I need
you
like
know?
a little thug,
That's why I said
a little street, you know, a little like.
You gotta listen to SP.
Yeah, you gotta be a little hood, you know. Yeah.
I'm from Galveston, so you know.
A soldier, you know, they made a whole song about it. Beyonce, you know.
Okay.
Or like if you live around an army base, you know, a marine
some
base, you're gonna
people-
meet somebody that's in the military, and most likely that environment. That's the environment that I'm talking about, right? You're exposed to a certain environment. Most likely you're gonna be impacted by it, and most likely you're gonna pick something out of that environment.
Or you're gonna go the opposite.
I say
If
yeah.
you go
You're
away,
gonna
yeah.
not want any of it.
I
you know?
say yeah. I'm probably like complete opposite. Like I don't know. Like I don't
Okay.
date at work. You know that. I don't look like in my business circle. I don't look for people in my business circle either. I would want to have somebody completely different because I want to know somebody. Like I want it to not be boring.
Okay.
So
Or like talk about the same stuff all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
And I had touched on that before about me like seeing somebody the same profession, same
Corvette.
thing. Corvette, nice,
Yeah.
everything. But
He's got a nickname now.
honestly, I
you're
hate
watching.
Corvettes.
But you know, and you know the funny part is, you know, he wants to rekindle things, and I'm not trying to put nobody out there, you know, on blast or anything.
No, we're
But,
done. We're not trying to do
you
that.
know,
No, we're not.
But he knows who he is. But the
Too many
thing is
details.
like, you know, it's like once I get again the ick, and once I dislike somebody, I'm out. Like it's just no reliking.
Yeah,
or no
there's no
rekindling.
going back. It's like you can't unseen
You
the
know
scene.
where it ended and why it ended.
Yeah.
And if I can't make almost a 40-year-old, you know, commit, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, and try to convince you as to why choose me, because I'll paint a whole house with nail polish without, you know, before I convince a man as to why me, why not me, and why her, you know.
Well,
I don't know.
at least you tried, you know, because him.
You're like been there, done that.
Exactly. And he, you know, and
Yeah.
the thing is, he constantly tries to like rekindle, and it ain't going back, you know, and it's never gonna be the same.
I think he's wasting his time too. I think he should
Exactly.
just
So
look
he
for
needs to
somebody
move
else.
on with his life,
Yeah.
and
Tell him, girl. Tell him.
yes, move on with your life.
Ay,
Because even though we're in the same fields and we do get along as colleagues, because
you guys work in the same place.
we not in the same place,
Just in the
but
same
he
field.
works in specialty, so we do have to consult each other
Okay.
a lot. You know, we don't see each other, but we see each other's notes a lot. So the thing is, you know, we have to talk about patience sometimes, but that's it for me. That's it. You know, there's no
It's strict business, strict
the strict
work.
business, and it you know, it really hurt me, and I'm gonna be, you know, completely honest, because it really hurt me. It was because it was the betrayal of a 4-year friendship that I thought was gonna turn into something nice, you know, and didn't.
Yeah.
Because of course he hit me with the, oh yeah, like I want to get to know you, like on a you know, possible like relationship level, blah blah blah. 3-4 months in, he hits me with the, oh Jackie, I'm not relationship material. What do you mean? So what were we doing all this time? Like dates? You took me out for my birthday. You did all these things that a boyfriend would do. You painted this picture to me, and then now, like, oh wow, like everything just went, you know, down the drain.
Let me ask you a question. Is his family really involved in what he does?
He's a mama's boy.
Mommy issues.
39-year-old mama's boy.
That could impact something.
Oh, it did.
And there you see. So
And that's
it wasn't,
why I'm
it wasn't
out.
it wasn't out of the blue. You know, something impacted it.
Oh, trust me.
Because maybe he wanted it, and then somebody influenced that. And then, like, you know what? Not marriage material. Boom. It was like a very
yeah,
sharp
it was
detour.
it was a quick, sharp detour.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why are you coming back? Why are you inviting me to places now? Why are you like almost a year later? A year later, I would say, you realize, like, hey, like, you missed out, like, on a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm the his lost, and everybody's lost. Okay, everybody's lost.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna sit here and try to prove my worth because I know what I'm worth. You know.
Yeah.
Period.
Very
Except period.
Yes.
So
Nope.
yeah. Nope. And of course you see this question
See,
cannot
this is
apply
what I'm
to
It gets
talking about.
deep.
you cannot apply to hey, but you know what? You're participating though, maybe not in one or two, but but you can give
How
me an
did you meet your
opinion.
spouse?
Yeah,
Like,
how do
was
you
it
meet?
in same environment or what?
No, well, the funny story is, I met him when I want to say I was 5 and he was 9. It's a quick story. So my mom, she was a cosmetologist, and so she would cut his hair, his dad's hair, and his brother's hair. But that's how I saw him when I was a kid. But I would have never thought, oh yeah, that's the guy for me, or I'm gonna date him.
But that was environment.
That's how I met him, and that's how he found me on Facebook.
Okay.
Like years later.
Aww.
I know, right? I would have never thought. So, yep, environment.
I just don't go out much to be out in the environment. You know.
So what environment do you
There's nothing
expose
good out
yourself to?
Well, the
Dating
thing
apps?
is with no, I deleted my Facebook dating. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with these people. I'm done with this trash. But it just, even with the people that I surround myself with, so my work is so independent
Yeah.
that I just go and see my patients, and if I do see other providers like close by, I'll say hi, bye, whatever. But most of them are married already, so
Yeah.
there's not really like any left that I would say they're single, and the ones that are single are crazy, just like the one I talked about.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm not gonna sit here and oh yeah, just because you're educated you have values and or are in the same mindset as me. So I'm not gonna. I think the big thing nowadays is you're very scared of getting hurt, and I think it comes to the root of that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm like that. Like, I'm scared of getting hurt because I know that I'm a good woman and I give 100% of myself, but I'm not gonna lose myself for a person, like, never again, because I have a daughter, I have a whole career to think about, and I'm not gonna sit here and crucify myself over, oh, what did I didn't do for this guy that he would have stayed, like, no. Like, I'm not as, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then bye.
Right.
That's just how it is.
Okay, so for my next question, following up on that, as human beings, we know that no one's perfect. If someone better or time does not humble us, maybe a life event will humble us to look at a life from a different perspective. What are some weaknesses men will have, or that you have encountered that you can negotiate and you can still build a relationship with them? Like, for example, for the men that you have met in the past, or maybe men you are meeting now, what are some weaknesses that they have that you are willing to kind of like, you know what, he has this weakness, but I'm still gonna give him a chance?
Time.
Huh?
Time. A lot of people don't have time. It's like something like that, or
No, like a weakness. Like, it could be like a maybe like a maybe like
They're not making time
it's
for
an
you.
insecurity. Maybe the fact that he's too tall, he's too short. Maybe he doesn't talk much. Maybe he talks too much. Maybe he's too flirtatious. Maybe he's not social enough. I mean, those are kind of weaknesses girls can pick on, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Whatever, anything you can think of that, even though he doesn't talk much, even though he's not sociable, I'm gonna give him a shot because he's good at these other things, right? So what are some weaknesses you guys encounter in men that, even though he's like this, I can still work with this guy? Oh, high standards.
I can honestly say I like a quiet guy, because them social butterflies are too much for me.
Yeah, I think I need more of a not quiet, but like
Reserved.
softer spoken, you know, like a man of few words, or just, I don't know, like I don't want like high energy guy again.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think I do well with those. Because there's like I don't know, because I can be one or the other. I can be kind of quiet and like a homebody, or I could be like out and like loud. So
Me too.
I need someone that's gonna
Balance you.
yeah, balance me out a little bit. So if you're like always high energy and I'm like in my low, you know, and I'm like, oh God, you know. But then if we're out and we're like both like that, then I feel like I have to be the more reserved one because they're like getting wild, you know. But if they're more, you know, chill and like soft spoken, and I feel like it just balances me out a little bit more.
Okay.
Doesn't it get boring though? You don't think you'll get bored?
No, because that's where like personality comes in.
But
Even if they're like quiet and like soft spoken, they can still be like funny and like, you know, maybe energetic in other ways. Or
they better be, right?
Or, you know, like we can still like carry on a conversation, you know, and it's not just like kind of all over the place, almost like a manic like, you know, situation where it's just like, oh my God, you're just like a lot right now. We're just trying to have like a conversation, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, all the ones you named before, I don't know.
I guess I'm not looking. What like?
Like, I mean,
What do you mean you
I'm
don't look? You
sensitive to,
guys
like,
look for things to qualify a
insecurities.
guy, disqualify a guy. I mean, so.
But
what do
you're
you mean
saying
you can't
like
think of
that
one?
I would like be like I could work on. I don't want to work on. Do you get me?
Like for example, you know, I met I'm like for example, you like dark skinned guys.
Okay.
Maybe you
Yeah,
met
I could-
a white tone,
yeah, I
you know,
think-
lighter
yeah,
tone type of guy, and
that's
then you know
fine,
what? That's fine, right? You can
that's
work
fine.
with that, right?
But I didn't think that was like a. Okay. You could be light skinned.
Mira esto.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I know this was a tough question for the guys because they were all married, you know, so that's why it was very hard for them to answer. Because what would be for her, right? What would be something your spouse or your significant other has? What kind of weaknesses do they have that you're okay with to deal with, right? And they were had a hard time because you know they're gonna see this podcast, and when they see it, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, you know, it's gonna get me for this, right?" So in your case, what is a weakness that they have that you're okay with, or that in the past that has happened and you were able to, I guess, like get over it?
I can say like in the past, like he was like very jealous, I guess you can say. But now he's not like jealous like that.
Okay.
Yeah, as much as you know he used to be. Like there's more trust in the relationship. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's one thing over jealousy.
Yeah. Let me see.
I was just trying to think.
Like something that
You know, and I thought about that too. I did thought about that too, and I was gonna ask the question, but I still have one more question. But yeah, because is it jealousy or is it insecurity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's always the question.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I can't work with
'Cause,
somebody
like,
that has insecurities.
Because like a weakness is like different. Like a weakness to me is like you are a horrible driver or something, you know, like, but insecurity is like, you know, like I'm losing my hair, or like I wish I could work out more,
Maybe,
you know, like
maybe they have a health problem, right? That could be
Yeah.
a weakness, and you like damn, he's
diabetic.
it's yeah, you know.
I could work with that.
Yeah,
it
that's
it
just
would
an example, right?
It just depends.
I guess also like you know, like we're talking about mental health. You know, he struggles with also like depression and stuff like that. I struggle with anxiety and depression myself. So you know, being able to talk about stuff like emotions and stuff like that. In the past, that like I mentioned before, that's something that we didn't really do.
Yeah.
I guess we weren't taught that, but now as we've gotten older and more mature, like we're able to talk about stuff like that. Like, hey, you know, I'm going through a panic attack or something right now. Can you just like hold me, or you know,
Yeah.
something like that? And I'd be able to tell him like, hey, when I'm going through this, I don't need you to say something. Just hold me, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so those are some of the weaknesses, right, that we can come out with, that, you know what, they're going through some kind of mental or some kind of health problem, that, they kind of need support. And, sometimes, the support, sometimes you need it. But sometimes in those cases, they do need it too. Are
Right.
we able to work with those, people that are going through those things? Because no one's perfect, Something will humble us, whether it's some kind of an accident or a health event, or or a crisis, right? And that's why it's important to think about these things when we walk into relationships, because we want everything to be perfect. But life is life, and life will throw things at us. And then when they throw it at us, are we gonna be able to handle it properly? Are we gonna be able to fight with them, or let them fight on their own? And you don't want to deal with it.
Like,
There has to be like a lot involved for us
like
to think
everything
about
can
those things.
seem like candy and dandy, especially like in the honeymoon phase. When you're getting to know somebody, and
Yeah.
everything seems like like you got those colored roses glasses on, and oh, they're perfect and stuff
Heart
like
eye
that.
emoji.
And then eventually you're like, wait a minute. You start to see their flaws, and you start to see that they're not perfect. And whenever y'all get into like an argument and stuff like that, you have to know, obviously, like in the beginning, you're not gonna learn how they are when in an argument.
Yeah.
You eventually get to know the person, and you have to be able to like fight, but fight the right way, or argue the right way, because not like yelling at each other, but like calmly talk about it, and find a solution
Yeah.
to the problem. Not like,
Instead of
oh,
more
you did
problems.
this, you did that. Like, that's not gonna make it any better.
I agree. I agree with that.
But people don't take accountability, and they just start, saying all these kinds of things. And it's like, oh, well, maybe I should take a step back and kind of look at what I did wrong, And people don't like being called out on what
Yeah.
they do wrong. And I think that's one of my, like, things I like to call out on what they did wrong, and they don't like that.
What if they call you out?
What
It's
wrong
over.
did I do?
It's over.
What wrong did
It's
I
over.
do?
If you call her out, it's done.
But like, what if they say something that, hey, you know what? I don't like this about you, Jackie. Like, what were you saying?
I mean, of course, if it's something that I
Oh,
can
man.
work on, of course I'll try to work on it.
There you
But
go.
the thing is like
What's the thing, Jackie?
people like want to be treated all this and all that, but then they don't reciprocate
There
the
you
same
go.
energy. So if you're not giving me the same energy, then I'm not gonna give it to you either.
Tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him.
So it's just if you're not
I'm assuming she's not addressing the same
the
person
tip-
every time.
The tip for
No, it's a different
Yeah, I
person.
know.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, this guy's coming up. It's the tit for tat thing too. That's like
Yeah.
super annoying. It's
Yeah.
like, if you're gonna call me out for something, and then I call you out for, it's like we're not really figuring out what the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a solution.
Like, let's
It's more like,
figure. Let's
Like, y'all, okay, so we're both the problem.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Let's hash one problem out, and then after we've done that, then you can say what I did wrong, or so, like, if something else is bothering you, then you can say whatever. But it's like,
Right.
don't deflect,
like,
like
don't
when I'm just,
deflect.
the
People would
deflecting, the
do
tit for
that.
tat, or keeping tabs on, oh, well, you did this and I did that, oh, but you did this too, it's like, oh my god,
That's
That's
so
toxic.
annoying.
yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, so as you guys can see, most of the girls in the panel, they're like in their 30s, close to their 30s. All right. So my question is
somewhere over there.
so my question is for you guys,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you guys meet men, does social or economic status or education or life experiences matter to you?
I mean, of I mean, yeah, if you've been sheltered and given everything, someone that hasn't, it's gonna be a little bit different. Y'all are gonna see different points of view, like y'all are gonna see things differently. Is that the right answer to? Is that?
No, I guess like I guess when you're dealing with a man, right? What do you look for, like, so like economic wise, social wise, education wise? So all those things matter to you when you look into a man's life. Does that, I guess, bring you like security?
Social, yeah. I look into big into their social circle, because whoever they're surrounded with is 9 out of 10 who they really are, not who they show you to be. So whoever they surround themselves with, if they're always constantly drinking, they're always constantly partying, like those are his friends, then they're gonna be doing the same.
I agree.
Yeah. Financially, I look into like how you spend your money. If you always buying stupid stuff, I'm not gonna look your way. Because a lot of people post it, it's social. Like, we have social media everywhere. So a lot of people post the stupid stuff they buy.
Yeah.
And I won't even look your way.
Because they're like showing off or something too.
I just think like I said, I've been in business for a long time, so I think you can invest yourself. We're young, but we're not forever young, to be honest.
Well, a guy that's not good with his money is like annoying.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do anything for me. Or yourself. It's like together.
Like if you're every weekend popping bottles, sir, reevaluate your life, please.
And it's so unimpressive to me. Like if a guy just straight up is like, I legit had this one guy want to go out, and I was like, like I'm not really sure. Like I'm, not really into, seeing other people right now, or something like that. And he's like, I have a Ferrari. I'm like,
good for you.
Yeah, I'm like,
a cookie.
Cool. Unimpressed.
But there are girls that are into that stuff. Believe it or not, there are like.
Oh yeah,
just
for
like,
sure.
Oh my god, like into the bling bling, into the money, into like where they hang out. Where they go eat, where do they live.
I go off of looks, yeah, definitely.
But you know what though, I've been looking for love in the wrong places, and that's what I'm gonna have to end up doing, because I see that these women that be going for money, be going to do this and all that, they're happy, and I'm here like
I don't know if they are happy. I think they're lonely inside, just like they don't want to show that.
If you listen to Sprinkle, she
exactly.
Sprinkle.
But no, I think for me, because like I said, I'm recently dating or whatever, like, and my social circle is still, a lot of people around me are still partying. So for me, when I see that often, like, it's so easy for me. When I go out, it's so easy to like, I'm not gonna buy. If I go out and I'm like, I'm not buying a drink tonight, I'm not buying a drink tonight. It's that easy. But do I want that all the time? No, because I don't even want those guys. I don't end up leaving with none of those guys.
Oh yeah. You're just like,
so it is easy, and sometimes you do get, like I said, if I want to, I ask for it. There's no issue in that.
Do you guys value life experiences that men go through to get what they are, in life? Like, the hardships they gone through.
Of course, but they never look at ours. I mean, at least at mine. I mean, the men in my life, it's like most of the guys that I've dealt with are freaking leeches. They just want to suck the life out of me, and it's like, I'm not doing that for nobody anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not gonna sit here. I feel like, I might come off as strong, but it's like, I want to be loved too. I want to be loved correctly, and I'm not gonna settle for anything less than that, because even though, yes, it's tempting, and to be honest with you, like, it is so tempting with these, some men are so nice and looking, and they're so tall, and they're so, beautiful looking, but it's like, oh, I'm not looking for anything serious. Oh, I'm not healed yet, or blah, blah, blah. Well, dang, why are you on a freaking dating app saying that you are looking for something serious?
They're not.
You're not honest to yourself. You're not honest to people. And that's the thing. That's my mistake, is I expect you to be honest just like I am honest. And so I think that's my mistake. And I should, and the sad part is I'm not going to sit here and play the game, I mean, and to be honest with you, I mean, I've been with guys that is what they call situationships now. And that's a whole nother story there. But I've invested
I hate those.
I've invested
Literally.
years of myself, okay? I'm not going to sit here and, I'm going to be 100% honest, and I'm honest. I'm going on 34 years old. Like, I want to have another child. You know what I mean? Like, that's just straight up, like, I want to have another child. I, want to get married, and that's just the life that I envision. But I mean, if God doesn't give me, that person, or I'm okay with that. Like, I'm happy with what I have right now and what I have going on. But the thing is, I'm not settling.
Yeah,
That's
you're
for
not.
sure.
Yeah. So the settling or the lowering certain standards, I think that would. I want to say it would help, but obviously you don't want to drop them too low, right? There's a limit. You should also hold, because you don't want to drop too low to the point where you're desperately just rushing into it, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you gotta balance that.
Like you said, lowering your standards.
Yeah, and you know what? And then to be honest, I've done that before, because of course, you want to have somebody with you, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Right. But also lowering your standards is different than opening up more. You don't have to find someone that you're not interested in. Really, and just talk to them just to talk to them.
Right.
But if you do find someone, don't not open up, because you're trying to find something wrong,
right?
I
self-sabotage all the time.
we all are guilty of it. We're all guilty of
but
it.
But the thing is, though, the guys that I find attractive, they're all toxic.
Oh goodness!
That's my issue.
Can I say something about that? So I've heard a saying that you attract what you are.
Damn. Oh dang! Well,
damn it. I mean, is that? What do y'all think about that?
Well, I'm a bad bitch. I don't attract no bad bitch.
Maybe a bad motherfucker.
But I don't know. That's just something I've heard.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I am not perfect, by any means, but I just feel if somebody should give me or offer me what I reciprocate. So,
but that's not a lot to ask,
Exactly. Just
it can be for some guys, but the toxic ones are the ones that can't deliver. You know what I'm saying? The nice guy you're looking for is the one you're not looking at.
They deliver.
You know what I'm saying?
They deliver
a package for sure.
They deliver problems.
With the
attachment issues,
abandonment issues.
I just think when it comes to I guess a guy can be toxic if they don't know how to really treat themselves, right? What I mean treat themselves is understand your weaknesses, understand where you're messing up on, so in your relationships it doesn't affect you. You have to evaluate yourself. If you need a specialist as a psychiatrist to evaluate you, to tell you, look, this is what's going on with you. If you can work with that, you can do better here, right? So I think they need to work on themselves as well to be able to understand women, and understand women takes a lot of failures in relationships. It just does. There's no way around it. A guy has to go through a lot of failures to understand women.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, men and women, I think you talked about this, hop into another relationship instead of healing. So it's easier to just hop into the next thing than heal.
But can I add to that, though? People that are in their healing stage, why are you trying to drag me through the mud because you're in your healing stage? Leave me alone. You know what I mean? I hate that. They're, like I said, back to the whole dating thing, looking for something serious. But when you get to the nitty gritty, they're, I'm in a healing stage. Or I'm in a healing process right now. Well, what the... Are you doing
You
it?
gotta let him go. I'm gonna tell you right now,
mean?
Jackie. Whenever you come across somebody like that, just let him go. Cut him off. Cut him off, because that's not what you're looking for, and don't stress about it.
Yeah.
Don't stress about it. You got. I'm pretty sure girls don't have a hard time getting matches. Guys have a hard time getting matches. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
No, come on. You're not telling me that if you're on a dating app, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a new guy daily. matching you. You're not gonna tell me that that's not true.
It's true, but that doesn't mean that it's untrue for men. I'm sure men get at least one a day.
But you know how the standards of a guy, how high they have to be for girls to match him. They have to meet all these expectations. You know,
Some of them are probably lying.
well, of course,
They
they
lie.
gotta lie.
They
They
do.
gotta lie.
Yeah.
That stuff on their bio or
Looking for
whatever.
something serious, and they should put. I'm in a healing process right now. Whoa, gotta go.
Yeah, put that so you can
Put
get all the
that.
likes.
Be
Of
freaking
course
No,
not.
honest.
but
you know?
that's so fake. Then that's just men
But
selling the
there's
dream.
some women
you
that
know?
are willing to help you heal.
Yeah, but I mean,
I ain't healing
I-
nobody.
but
That's-
would
if
you
you
put
see
that on
it,
your
then
bio?
you
I'm
go.
here to help you heal. Would
The
would
hell no.
You can't say that
Exactly.
person.
No, but not saying it. You know, you're just saying all the right things. You're like, oh, I want a relationship. Oh, I like you know this and that. You know, it's like selling the dream, and it's like,
It's like
But for
selling a
what?
car.
yeah.
Oh, they're trying to sell you the right car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it. I don't want
I
it.
can't
too
afford it.
pricey.
And that's
what
the
a
thing
price.
though, and that's what I've been, you know, and then to be honest, I'm like I said, I'm not trying to put nobody under the bus.
Put them under the bus.
All these
girl.
men, you know, that they're
Yeah.
quote unquote trying to look for something serious, yet I'm in a healing process right now. Well, don't be on a freaking app right now. Like go focus on yourself, go to church, do whatever you gotta do, but don't drag other good women into what you have going on, because I ain't trying to be part of that. I already
Yeah.
did, like I said, I already did my work. I ain't trying to be part of nobody's healing process. That's just me.
Okay, for the women that are watching this show, when it comes to the dating market, what is one thing you will recommend, whether it's young women or older women that are going through the same thing? What is something you guys would recommend them to do, or to avoid, to make sure that they have a good relationship?
Go to therapy.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've never really had a good relationship. But go
I
to
guess
therapy.
what would you tell yourself then?
But go to therapy for sure. I mean, try to work on those toxic or negative aspects that you do have. Try to work on that for sure. But I mean, the other person has to do some work too, you know, just
Yeah.
not you. It has to be the other person as well. So
Okay.
that's just.
I would say be okay with being by yourself and being alone first, and then find someone that you actually want to be with. Because if you are just on the apps or dating because you're lonely, you're just gonna find people to fill the space. You know, like you're not gonna find people that really need to be in your life.
Yeah.
I think self-love, self-worth, knowing who you are before you even go out there. Because half the time we don't even know who we are, much less when we add another person in our life.
Yeah.
It just
That is very
complicates
true.
things.
I learned so much about myself when I started dating.
But definitely self-love and self-worth, and learning how to be alone, like she said. And sometimes it's not that bad to be alone
Yeah, it's a lot better to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
without a headache or waking up to one.
Liz?
So like I had mentioned, going to therapy, working on yourself. Who, for the girls out there, you think that you can change a man, you can fix a man? You can't, because first of all, the guy has to realize that he has flaws, that, you know, and if he doesn't recognize it, how's he gonna fix them? You can tell him all day and write it all day long. Hey, you know, you got this, you got that. If they don't see it themselves,
Or want to change.
how are they gonna do it? You can't do it for them. They have to be willing to do the work and want to change. Like I said, therapy. There's medications out there. Let me tell you, man.
Okay.
And if he cheats, he's always a cheater.
Yeah, that too.
So don't stay.
That's the thing too. Go to church. You know, have Jesus in your life. At least for me, like having Jesus in my life is truly like, it's a game changer. Like you see things from a different perspective than a non-believer does. So for sure, have Jesus in your life. Go to therapy. And also like do some introspective work in yourself. Look at you. What are your pros? What are your cons? Like, what do you need to work on to become a better version of yourself?
Yeah.
Like, don't be with somebody like who's gonna drag you down. Like, maybe you're going through a healing process and you need to heal yourself. Why are you trying to fucking heal somebody else? Heal
Yeah.
you. But yeah, so like I said, like, try to better yourself, and if that guy ain't it, he ain't it. Just kick him out.
Move on.
Move on.
Move on. Move on. Move on.
Move on.
Move on. Not you.
Don't waste your time.
Okay. Is there anything you guys would like to say before we end the podcast? I know we talked a lot. I know there are many questions I probably did not ask you just because look how much we talked about. There was no way I was gonna get through 100 questions. But we had a very productive conversation.
It's almost midnight.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for being here.
Thank
okay?
you. Thank you for
Thank
having
you guys
us.
for
Thank you
sharing
for
your
inviting
thoughts,
us.
your ideas, your opinions, the way you see life, the way you guys approach relationships, and how you guys handle relationships. It gives me more insight in how the market is out there, and as a man, how to get my shit together so I can deliver, because it's not easy. Just like for you guys, it's not easy. For us, it's not either. If I had to ask the question, who has to deliver more? I already know you guys are probably gonna be like me. But there's a reason why men are always looked as the provider, as the protector, as the problem solver, is because at the end of the day, if we don't know how to do that for you guys are gonna look at us like a useless tool. And just
Or
the way it
date each
is.
other. Like, just date women, Like, we're looking to date men. So you're right.
Mm-hmm. Date men, right? Not date kids, not date boys, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it requires leadership.
It has
And,
to be like a team effort,
yeah, of course, but there has to be a leader, though. There has to be.
right?
There's how you gonna make something work without leading it. You have to believe in your leader. You have to respect him, and that's what you're looking for. Somebody you can look up to. You guys want to be with somebody you guys can look up to. You don't want to you don't want to end up with somebody that you can always gonna worry about.
Yeah.
You always want to
You're
feel
not
like
their mama.
yeah.
Yep.
Literally.
Well,
God.
other than that, happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
for the guys
you.
that are moms, I appreciate what you guys do as mothers. I know it's hard work. I know a lot of people don't appreciate it. I'm a single dad, so I know it's a lot of work. So just don't stop. Choose wisely because you have kids involved, and I know that's gonna be another challenge. Meeting the person that's gonna accept your kids, respect your kids, and not hurt your kids. So.
Correct.
Yep.
100%.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night, and it's a wrap. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
She'll be back.